still pretty tame. A lot more, again, just RP, character building, getting to Dewsbury, meeting up again with Maticus and his wife, meeting up with Adbera, having used Morani as a Southwest Airlines, and having a lot of stuff happen. Like I said, it feels like the Sex RP had more content than the actual session did, just because of just the sheer amount of things. And it seems like everyone is just about ready to kill each other again. So,
Well,
quite literally.
Zidane and Andros had this really homoerotic fight.
oh, for the love of...
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. That's what happened.
Can't you guys just be friends on screen?
Guilty as
we all
charged.
So you hear the saxophone playing in the background. That's all you're hearing.
Between
Well,
that,
thank you.
so yeah,
Embrace it. Better embrace it.
Was there anything else that needed to be covered or resolved? So I kind of got through everything. I saw your last thing, Shred, about the dagger. I mean, there's not going to be an immediate effect, obviously.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen with the dagger?
Who knows?
Wait, what did you... No, I'm not... I'm blissfully unaware. I am blissfully unaware. It's gonna be a surprise.
Threw something at me this morning, apparently.
Becomes an animated object dagger and just runs around and stabs people for 1d4 damage.
That was something I thought about. That was something I honestly thought about.
On to protecting.
I just want to put a spell on
the
the
idea of yet
dagger.
another NPC to control and add to the
Give
party.
the homunculus the animated dagger. On to protecting.
Protecting.
On to stabbing. Oh wait, this is that would be end or Absinthoss's end with the companion mini session.
At the rate we're going, we could have an entire spin-off of all the NPC characters you guys have picked up along the way, and they could be their own party.
As it
I
should
would
be.
love that.
As it should be. We've
You
been
could all
playing for
die,
long
and
enough.
we would get the minions spin-off of Almir.
Yeah, it's
led by the glorious revival of our hero, Thunderhands.
Oh no, he's a completely different off branch. That's like the side tales of Almir.
That's the tertiary characters.
Yeah, it's not even. They're just on their own adventure. They're not like they're seeing the aftermath of what you've done and cleaning up and having their own exciting adventures. Now the minions will just be more of a, like I said, what the minions or the Penguins movies did to their hosts.
Well, you were off fighting. They were training.
It would just be the homunculus leading the way, just completely on single line motivations, and everyone else just going with it because they couldn't think of anything better.
To adventuring.
Boy, howdy, this is great.
Aggravated wolf noises.
Sorry, has no choice. Anyway, so again, any other things any of you resolved? Because most of you spent most of the afternoon and evening basically playing soapbox hour. I don't know.
It's
a lot
a
of drama,
soap
a lot of things.
Yep.
But I don't know if anyone needs to interact with any of the characters before morning, but otherwise, then from what I remember, unless I miss parts again, people kind of ended up somewhere for the night.
Yep.
And nobody
Sounds
died
right.
yet.
Yet.
We just got very close.
I'd be cool starting at breakfast. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Everybody else is.
So yeah, we start with breakfast. Maticus is not the one prepping it this time. It's actually going to be Martha prepping it. He was He takes more of the later shifts. Martha gets up for the early ones. Matticus having spent a chunk of the night up with you guys dealing with everything. Edbera is also down pretty early, having completed her cleric rituals and revigoration. She's downstairs, kind of quiet, kind of keeping to herself. I don't think, from what I saw in the text, no one went after her, so she just kind of spent the night kind of in meditation by herself. But the tavern is pretty empty at this point in the morning, though even from sitting in there and listening out, the town itself seems to be pretty quiet.
Okay.
I do not know who would awake first or where you guys would be, and I did not get art. I should have gotten art for Dewsbury. I still not gotten art for Dewsbury and Tourist. Couldn't find anything last minute for them, so a little bit of theater of the mind for them.
Imagination.
Well, because I changed it. Well, you'll see.
Okay. Okay.
Something somewhere happened. Kind of.
There we go. Morning breaks, and I'm expect Andros is awake and at the bar, getting breakfast for himself.
Okay. Yep. Martha, who is still pretty much under the same guidance as Matticus was going with, is just not even asking. Like, she's just immediately, like, the moment you sit down, she's just putting out a plate of some sausage and eggs, and some other pretty hearty foods, as well as a tankard of ale.
Right, you can hold the ale, but thanks for the food.
She gives you a shrug, takes the ale and starts draining it herself.
It's a good lass.
I'm guessing, is there like a second level or is it all on the floor?
It's a
The
second level.
rooms.
There's a
Okay.
second level. That's where you guys went up last time. It's a small second level with only a couple rooms, but there is a level.
Okay. I mean, we'll probably be the second one to come down and probably join Andros at the bar getting some breakfast. Looks over in his direction and right. What do you expect to reach to the Galvan next? How many days you think?
From here, Galaran's probably only a day or two's walk at most, but we're taking a detour over to Malayas. At least I thought. That's about well, no, since we're walking, that's at least a day the other way.
Well, and what was it? We were getting what, beans? Is that what we're getting? Or we're just trying to recruit her into whatever chaos mess that we're heading towards?
Oh, I think it was just to see if she could do anything from her source of power to figure out and solve Zidane's little affliction. Unlikely, but hey, if it's what he wants, it's probably smart enough so we don't end up with a slavering snake man trying to kill us all.
Well, as what we witnessed last night, don't make him angry. So she chuckles lightly and then kills it.
I
Well,
expect that's not really what we'll see when he really turns. But
well,
anyway,
right. Well, I was going to. Are we going to try doing that flying thing again? I mean, it did work wonders coming from all the way from Tittlebrook to here. So, but
no,
again, that's up to Marani, I guess.
she's the one with the wings.
True enough.
Anyway, eat up, and I'm sure the others will be in soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should mention this to you as well. I did talk to the Morani last night, but hopefully we'll get the support from the Fae from here soon. Don't know exactly, but I'll get some word of it, hopefully during our travels.
All right. Sure. All the help we can get, I guess. Stick, I don't know, stick the Bone Lord himself in his own damn carnival and save the world through, I don't know, big top games.
As much as that would be appealing, but I think I had enough about carnivals. I don't know about you.
Sure. Yeah. See what you can bring.
Hmm. And she just goes back to eating her breakfast, waiting for the others to come down or anything. But more or less, she's kind of like glancing towards the only door that leads out towards the outside of the inn and checking. Like her eyes just keep going up to the stairwell and towards the door.
Absent thought is just gonna roll down and just get breakfast.
Well, at the sight of him, she is relieved and just goes back to eating her breakfast.
Enderos maybe gives him a a glance. Doesn't really say much. Just glances over. Keeps eating.
Well, do you know? Do you know what Thamar is? I haven't seen him all night. Last night, have you seen him?
Probably fishing.
There's no fishing spots in town.
He'll
Not
make
that
one. Believe me, once you've seen his face, you'll understand.
you managed to see his face.
Yes.
How? I mean, we all tried to take off his helmet, and obviously there was another helmet, a shadowy one. I would say, but
A magician never reveals his secrets.
narrows her eyes at that shore.
I'm back, sorry. No, I'm sure Thamor is just resting. And I'm sure he's
Well,
got a wonderful fish he's caught.
or something else that. I mean, what does that man carry? So far he has that weird hook that we got back in, what was it? Dunmore in the dungeons, whatever the monster was, and then he has that halberd, and then there's that axe. I mean, the man is like a treasure trove.
I mean, he thought himself a demigod.
Sure enough. In any case, okay. Well, I guess we are waiting on those Antemo. And has anyone else seen Morani or Sedan?
Not since last night.
Hmm.
They might have snuck in late, or who knows? She likes the stars. Maybe they took a night out.
Yeah.
Second pair of lovebirds.
Well, good on them that they had some time for themselves. What about our new companion? Have you seen them around?
Didn't see much anyone when I came back in.
Hmm.
Isn't
That's all. The...
isn't he or she a shapeshifter? I mean, for all we know, you could be the one. I know you're not, but
Mm. Obviously not, but it is a little alarming that they're not here.
Well, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go take a walk outside. Just
All right.
So about this time, I think Zidane and Marani opened the door. They are covered in little bits of leaves and stems and other plant things.
speak of the sunshine.
Oh, everyone else is awake.
Not everyone.
Or
I guess I'll go find Thamon. Wanders off upstairs. Well, to wherever the rooms are.
Shidari also pokes her snout over Marani and Zidane's shoulder, and for Anderos, if he had looked, she's now no longer poofy.
Yeah, he
Well, you might have.
took off.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
I was just
All
saying,
right.
no, he took off. Was going back to the room, seeing if anyone's back there. But
Well, welcome back, you two. Might as well get some breakfast and try to, well, probably do a little bit something about your mess. And she's like pointing to the twigs and technically in her hair, but gesturing over to both of you.
There's also a big blood stain on the front of his cloak. I forgot about that.
I think it's an important detail.
Hmm. You definitely need to take care of both of yourselves. Clean up and eat some breakfast before we head out again.
I'm gonna find Malay.
Supposedly, that's the plan.
Well, let's hope she can fix whatever Zidane has. Or what Ed Barrett told me. Whew.
What did she tell you?
Well, that's something she could fix.
Well, that's a little troubling, but hopefully Malias will give us some input, like Enderos mentioned. Right. I am going to strengthen up my bow a little bit, so I'll be outside if you need me. She just finishes her breakfast and makes her way out.
If
As you
care
make
to-
your way out, you see Thamar on the front, just
Oh.
sitting there.
I was gonna say Seabreeze was on the porch. I was on the porch.
I guess we're both on the porch.
But actually on top of the porch, like on the roof. But then
All
again,
right, so she-
Zidane and Marani would have probably seen her, so I don't know. I was trying to be cheeky.
It's all good. Well, speak of the man of the hour. Where have you been, Tamar?
One second, food in my
he's eating some fish.
Thamar.
You have no idea where
Thamar.
he got it, but he has fish.
Yeah, Thamar's just eating raw fish.
The most dedicated role player of us all.
Right. Carry on, Pigman. And she gives a little pat on your arm and makes her way down the small steps before glancing upwards. I'm guessing you have your legs dangling on the roof, or you just sitting cross-legged, Trent.
Probably like the side, draw me like one of your French girls pose.
Mm,
Oh, jeez.
With clothes on, of course.
right. Evan just looks up, gives a very slight nod in their direction, and continues making her way
Ready
a
to
little bit.
leave?
I would say so. Just preparing some armory. And continues moving about towards the nearest armory of the town, getting some string and some arrows on top of it, or anything that you can craft for arrows.
I mean, say that again.
I thought your bow made arrows.
No, she's just preparing. It's just like, finding something to make arrows with and better string just in case. But yeah, that's it.
So basically going to the store, the blacksmith, to get materials.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to go.
Is the food on the house?
Yes.
Okay. How far out is Malays's place? Like half a day, or?
It was. I gotta go.
If I remember correctly, it's like a half a day back from Torst, and Torst was like a day or so on horse.
Yes, it was a day's ride to Torst.
Burb.
Dewsbury.
Urban time.
Oh no, sorry, it was a day's ride from
Galaran.
Galaran to Torst.
I think Dewsbury is about a day's ride from Galaran.
South.
Torst is about So
Yeah.
if we cut the difference, it's probably about a day and a half from here to Torst if we were riding. So it's at least a day to Malayas's if we're not riding. But we've got bird travel, so
That's assuming I can. That's assuming I can still summon the sanctuary this close to the undead terrain, undead.
if
domain?
not, we've still got bird travel.
Am I undead terrain? Wait, no. Oh, you're talking about the fog.
Galaran.
Undead terrain. What? I mean, I know people like to walk over you, but no.
Oh dear.
I mean, you haven't tried it. Who knows?
Between that
like,
polymorph, we've got bird travel. So
I would like to try seeing if the sanctuary fizzles out like it did back in Dunmorok pre curse lifting.
It enough. I mean, it takes some time, of course, to summon it, but it does appear. Though again, while it's functional, it just feels like it's instead of that kind of warm, ever-present like cottage feel that you get when you walk in there with that verdant scape around you. It feels as though the external nature of what's around you is also seeming to bleed into that plane a little bit. So the cottage feels like you hear the creaks and groan of timber as if it were the house itself is kind of like older, kind of struggling against the wind kind of mentality. And even that verdant like a landscape that normally surrounds the house and the plane is a little cloudier than normal.
As if the
Like overcast
bubble,
is.
yeah, as if the bubble around it is becoming more opaque,
Yeah.
trying to block the. Okay, that information in mind, um, uh, this close to it. The sanctuary is acting like it did when we were in Dunmoric before we dealt with the curse that was there. I would not want to risk what we had done yesterday this close to Galaran.
We could always get horses.
Is there a stable here?
Are there horses? Or a horse with a wagon?
Um,
Do we have the money to obtain said horse and wagon? I think I'm the only one with money.
We've got 800
We got-
some in our. We've got a bunch in the bag or in
Yeah.
storage. Whoever's
I was gonna
carrying the
say, we got-
storage.
We got party funds.
I think Andros is the one holding the storage nowadays.
there are some scattered amongst what residents kind of stayed, but a lot of what was taken was already taken, bought, bartered, stolen by people fleeing or passing through this area. So those that still have a horse, either likely closely guarded, or the horses are not fit for travel.
I think these people likely need their horses more than we do. Right. Ronnie, show me how you do that magic trick where you turn into a bird. Let me see if I can replicate it.
Okay. All right. Raise your hand if you want to be a bird.
Actually, that's much more preferable than becoming a dolphin again.
A
Yeah,
dolphin?
Is the Dan? It's
Okay.
a long story.
Are they?
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so yeah,
To look forward to
I
seeing.
will. Mhm. So I'll cast polymorph on Zidane, and turn him into a giant eagle.
Oh, Zidane's turn to be ridden.
Yes.
Oh,
Can he maintain? Hold on. Here's the question though: can he maintain concentration in polymorph?
We're
Yes.
not doing that.
Is
You
that a-
decided.
Oh, you're not doing transit via
we are
sanctuary.
not doing.
Okay. I thought you were.
No,
But-
we're creating multiple. Like I'm gonna make a bird, then Andros is gonna make one, and then if we need more, I'm gonna turn into one myself. Is the plan? I think. Right?
Yep.
Did I get that
Yeah.
right?
Yep, and you can concentrate on spells while polymorphed. You can concentrate on
Yes.
spells while wild shaped. So
So how dumb
Yep.
do I become as a bird?
giant eagles are actually fairly intelligent.
8.
I think
Yeah.
8.
Well,
Yeah.
Giant
if
eagles.
You're
no one
smart
else
as
is
a
stepping up
peasant.
in the yeah, if no one else is stepping up to the plate, I guess Evian will just walk forward. All right, since Morani gave it a shot, might as well make the other female member do it.
Oh,
Oh. Well, hold on.
By the way,
I just did. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna
Or
say,
anyone.
I think we only need 3, so the rest of us can ride on the backs. Moroni, do your thing where you turn into one. Let me see how that works.
Okay, so I'm not polymorphing then.
You can wild
I
shape
still
while you
polymorphing?
polymorph. You can hold the concentration while you're wild shaped.
No, I understand that. I just want to make sure. Like, am I polymorphing and wild shaping?
He's
that-
asking you because we've got Zidane as an eagle now, and he's asking you to do your thing so you can see it one more time, so you can try to
Okay,
copy it.
I understand. Okay, so Zidane is polymorphed, and now I am going to wild shape. So we got 2 eagles now.
Anderos will have watched, kind of scratches at his chin a little bit. Right, let's try this. Picks up a bit of dirt from the ground, and he's like, don't know if I need this, but rubs it together with his hands and kind of claps them together, and he shrinks to half his size as he accidentally casts Enlarge Reduce.
Oops.
Fuck! That wasn't it. Kind of shakes it off, and you see him kind of bubble back up to his full size. Well, no, right, let's try this again. And this time he just snaps, and you see his form dissolve into the ground, and from the mud rises a giant osprey, a fishing eagle.
Ooh.
Fancy.
And yeah, he will cast Polymorph, because that's a spell I actually do have now.
Yay.
Just screeches and kind of looks at himself.
Mighty Morphin Polymorphers.
Zidane is going to preen a little bit, pick at his feathers, but then fixes his eye on Absynthos and steps in front of Absynthos.
I'm going to assume you still understand common if I do telepathic speech with you in common.
Oh my god, telepathic.
Giant Eagle understands Common and Orin, but cannot speak them.
Good enough. Well, I guess it's better to ride you than Marani.
Wow.
This is telepathic. You don't hear that.
No, that was totally out of character.
Oh, good grief.
As Applesauce will just get ready to
Did
ride
you
on
just
the back
call
of the
yourself
damn bird.
applesauce?
Absynthos.
I
No.
thought I heard
He's
applesauce.
gonna become applesauce if I drop him.
He's got fly, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Osprey Anderos will go over and nudge Evian toward Marani, and then look over at Seabreeze and kind of nod his head toward Marani as well. And then he's just going to go over and stand next to Zidane. Or not Zidane, to Thamor.
Oh, jeez.
Walk.
Kind of like bends over a little bit to offer you his back.
Anymore, we'll climb aboard.
Just see him flap his arms a couple times, and he's going to take off.
I'm sorry to do this to you again, Marani. And gives a gentle pat on your beak and gets into the position to climb onto your back.
Can I also say that during this, I would like to attempt, I want Frey in a bird form as well. And seeing as that he now has 3 frames of reference, he was never able to master flying before, but now that he's got the 3 of us, I want to see if he can fly alongside us. Maybe he can master flying now.
I mean,
Maybe you could fly an elephant.
He's flying, but not by conventional flying. He's flying because he is a familiar tether to you, and you are flying, and he can't be away from you.
Oh, cool.
So
maybe
he is flying, but weirdly enough, he is flapping his wings a little too hard. But it doesn't seem to affect the fact that he is just magically, basically floating alongside you. The
So it's
flapping,
kind of like that
notwithstanding.
leash on a kid. And you're moving the kid.
Yes.
Oh no!
It's so cute.
He would give you a grin if he could, but unfortunately, beaks do not necessarily have the capacity to smile.
Only Fey ones.
Only Fey ones.
So yeah, we take off, and Osprey Anderos is leading the way over the forest to the northwest.
Okay. Are you heading straight to Tourist, or are you heading to Malaeus' hut first?
I believe we're heading directly to Malaeus' hut. I don't think
Yeah,
we're going
the
to
last
Tourist at all.
conversation we had, we said time is of the essence. We need to go to Malays and then straight to Galaran.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're flying, the fog is still pretty much extending upward, and it's not as thick up in the upper where you're flying, but it's still kind of hazy up there. But as you're getting closer to where you remember Torst to be, it's a bit of an odd sight. As from far away, like you're heading towards Malais's, but you can even see from where you guys are this huge break in the fog. In fact, it just looks like almost two pillars of light. Or not even two pillars, but just a giant pillar of light seems to encapsulate the entire area that is Torst and where Malais's hut is. And that blinding, shining light seems to be repelling the fog.
Ow. Not so loud.
We are blinded and deafened, thank you.
He just cast blindness, deafness, IRL.
Yep, he'll make for the pillar of light. He's gonna. I mean, he's been essentially as he's flying. He's basically noting where the path was. Between the cities coming from Galaron. He's kind of trying to triangulate where it was and make for where he remembered Malais's was. So.
Okay. So yeah, as you're coming closer and closer. Oh, I deleted the pic. Wait, where did it? Oh, well, let me go find it. Roll 20 only lets me have so many things up, so I think I removed the backsplash I'd made for Malaeus.
No.
Not that it matters too much. I should have the picture still. Go throw it back up. Where are you? Let me snag. Oh, it should be like really early on. There it is. Found it. I mean, it's just a backsplash, but it should still be in here. Come to think of it, why didn't I just look here? Or did I delete it from here too? Holy crap! I have so many pictures in here now.
The wonders of being a Roll20 DM. Aha, I deleted this thing I thought I would never need again.
I mean, it happens.
Plus, Roll20's got that storage limit too, so.
Well, that's what I meant. It's the page storage limit that got me there. The number of instances essentially that I can have open.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of finally got me. So I didn't know if we'd be going back to Malaya's anytime soon, so I deleted that backsplash for a bit.
And then I just had to get bit.
Okay. There it is. Because I liked the backsplash for her. But, Andros, roll me a perception check, though.
Okay. As an eagle, I get to make that with it. If it's on site, I get to make that with advantage.
It is on site.
Okay. That is a 16 or a 16.
Okay. That's enough. As you're flying towards the path, because you kind of skate by Torst, because I believe she was southwest of Torst. You do notice as you're getting closer to the outskirts of the city, the rest of the party it's not as noticeable, or probably even barely registers. But in that gleaming light that now seems to bathe the entirety of Torst and Malace's hut, there are banners flying. Bear the symbol of the White Order.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay.
But as you land or get, once you break through to this radiant light, you all instantly feel just warm. And Seabreeze, I will need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it. Okay. Give me a sec. Con. Saving throw?
Yes.
11.
Okay. You are exhausted, or you have a level of exhaustion as you are in here.
Ooh, would we have been flying close enough? No, probably not.
Nah, he's on me.
Yeah, crap.
So, as you enter this light, you just feel. Everyone else feels that kind of warmth, glowing feel of radiant energy. But for you, it's feels more like shackles. It feels more like the fog would for everyone else. Kind of this oppressive, overburdened feeling to a very excessive degree. But and as you land near the house, Malaise is sitting outside on the porch.
Are there banners around her house or just kind of in the area?
They were closer to Torst.
Okay.
But they are not by her house, or at least none that she has up.
Okay.
You can take it as either she tore them down or they didn't bother. But she sits on the porch, looking up to the sky half expectantly, and seeing you land, she just simply dusts off her skirt, and she's wearing kind of a myriad of colors again, odd patches here and there, and just waits expectantly as you land.
Lets Thamor get down, ruffles feathers.
Yes. Also, Thamor, your armor, if you were wearing it, is gone.
Like my improved form.
That was the other part.
I have got
Yes!
a naked Thamor on my back.
Its helmet's still on, though.
The normal helmet, yes, but any traces, vestiges of your shadowy armor is dispelled immediately by this oppressive, or just this crazy amount of radiant energy that seems to be filling this area. And to make things more Malaya style, she is also wearing what would be the later anachronistic equivalent of shades with one eye missing.
Oh dear.
Yay. I love it.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah. Andros will be the first one to land. Ruffles his feathers. You see his body just contort and crunch back into the tiefling form, and he kind of cracks his neck and stretches his shoulders a little bit. Ay, fuck me. Oh, being a bird's fucking hard.
Malaya steps down from her hut to meet each of you.
Well,
Well,
hello there,
dearie.
doll.
I missed your other form, but it seems like you've taken it back to your one that I originally saw.
Well, weren't my choice, but here I am. It's all me this time.
Yes, well. Yes, I'll make the best of it. And the rest of you had a safe trip over?
Thamor, what?
In
Thamor,
character
you
coffee.
alright?
Hmm?
You just decided to go skivvies today?
You would? Yes, felt like that.
You know, I ain't gonna argue. Sure.
Um. So I'm assuming that as soon as I touch the ground, you release polymorph.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no, Zan is just a bird forever now, or for the next hour.
Forever.
make bird.
Probably took
No,
us about at least an hour to get here. Or would we have had to stop and recast?
I don't think you'd have to stop and recast since it was less than a day's travel of flying. And since you were flying, it would have been exponentially
Fractions it,
shorter.
yeah.
Right.
So We probably would have been ending right when we were getting here anyway.
So Zidane would have tried to make an effort to land a little bit further away from the others with Absinthoss, and as he's contorting and going back to his regular form, he looks over at Absinthoss and says, you know that little trick that fixes things? If you wouldn't mind. And he turns and you see that his all the armor that should be bound between the arm and the shoulder has been ripped clean off and is hanging by a thread from what he's tried to do to hide the fact that it's been broken.
Absinthoss immediately casts Mending over those damaged sinews and holdings. Upon seeing, don't even ask any questions.
Also, he adds in a whisper, I need to talk to you about Madeline, but probably after this.
Great. And I thought I was volatile.
Good shit.
Hopefully that the armor has been repaired at this point, or at least a little less damaged.
I imagine we're doing this as they're talking with Malaise. So,
Okay. It'll take a little bit, but it's coming back together.
Well, dearies, won't you come inside?
I don't mind if we do. It's been a long flight.
yep, definitely join.
Seabreeze does
You
not
don't have
go.
that tea that you served the last time, did you?
I do. I just need to reheat it a little bit. It's a little different tasting than last time.
What?
I think I'll stay outside if you don't mind.
You sure, dearie? The light out here can be so blinding.
Oh, is it dimmer in there?
I try to make it a little bit.
Don't step on the frogs.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Of course not. All right. Steps inside. Do I feel better?
Yeah, she leads you inside. You just instantly feel like as if you're stepping into a room with an AC, basically. But you step in and she has all of her blinds shut. You see a bunch of like scribbled arcane symbols written along the walls. And it just feels kind of neutral. No holy, no unholy, just very kind of like a normal room, surprisingly, considering everything that's been going on. And she brings you all in and closes the door. You see her cluttered mess of a house once again, filled to the brim with all sorts of tomes and potions and odds and ends hanging from various parts of the ceilings, as well as the circle of cushions she set out for you all to sit in, with a customary seat for a particular frog that seems to be glaring at CB.
Oh. This is. I feel better, but what's going on? Why is the frog staring at me?
Oh, don't mind him. He thinks you're someone else.
Okay. This is a little weird, not gonna lie.
Welcome to Malais's hut then, Seabreeze. Everything here's just a little weird. But I think that's how you like it, ain't it, Dor? Gives Malais a smile.
That's how Bloink likes it, and I serve Bloink.
What you do?
Yeah, we remember.
Zidane is going to his unconsciously his hand goes over the wound again, and he steps forward, looks at Malaise. I know that the last time we met, it was a little bit not quite frigid, but not quite warm at the same time. But I need your help.
She looks you over.
Last we met, you were basically just a walking Well, stiff.
Stick it in the mud.
I was gonna say that. But I didn't know if that would be offensive. But anyway, sit down. Ploink has told me plenty. Though I'm sure you have plenty of questions for me.
Well,
What has Plunk told you?
She starts heading over to behind a few piles of books and odds and ends to where she has her stove. Starts pouring cups of tea as she looks into it. Few things. That the party I once helped will be back again. That they are more disorder than anything. And this is both good and bad. And that they would seek help again. Must be something crazy to risk coming again for Ploink's treatments.
Crazy as a wood.
I'm sure Ploink has talked to you all about what's happening nearby. The capital, yeah?
Bits and pieces. Something politics, something evils. That's why you see, she kind of gestures outside. Well, that. You remember how Plank works, yes?
Mysterious
Very well.
ways.
Well, not so mysterious. For there to be neutrality, there must be equal and opposite ends of extremity. And when you came here before, there were puddles of light and dark everywhere, spatterings of both to create the perfect blend, and now, well, since there is evil all around, it seems that this place has now become the antithesis. Hence the wonderful blinding lights I cannot turn off.
And notice you've got some, what, residing army? I saw the banners on the way in.
She pinches at her brow. She steps forward and starts handing you each a cup of tea.
Yes, those fools. A bastion of hope, they're calling this place, and saying that it was by the grace of Palor it is being saved and bathed in holy light. It's by Ploink, not Palor. The village knows it, I know it. But the fools that are coming from all around to claim this place as safe haven don't, so they bathe in what they believe is the glory of Palor.
Joins her in spitting. Well, I suppose we can avoid them as we need. I don't think we need to deal with them today. Or ever. Bunch of stuck-up pricks.
If you say so. Well, there was one asking about you. Said he came here on a vision. Said to come talk to me.
How long ago was that?
About 3 days ago.
oh no.
Did he say his name?
Maybe not sure the name.
Yes. Adrian. Came to me in quite the fervor and said that Palor demanded special audience with me, that I would know where his little... She looks at you, brother, would be.
Right.
There is a distinct frown at this revelation from Zidion.
Huh. I didn't expect that to work, but interesting, wonderful. then? Did he say where you staying?
He said if I were to find you to give him the message, and he is staying or presiding in Taurus to help, well, command, assist, call it whatever you will, marshal in the
Ah,
refugees.
yeah, doing his civil divine duty, I'm sure. Right. You able to do anything about Snake Boy over there?
Me? I do nothing. It's all through Ploink.
I'm
Ploink do
sure Ploink can
something?
do something.
She gives a wide, toothy grin. Few teeth missing, but
Well, I think I can do something for at least 2 of you.
and she produces a satchel. And as she kind of shakes it slightly, you hear the rustling of small objects inside.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh please.
Ploink had me prepare a very special batch.
Oh god. No.
Oh yes. I mean, that was out of character. Anyways,
Oh, completely.
The 2 of us, right? I figure another
Yes.
one. Where's the other?
She looks at the mostly naked man in just a helmet.
Why, this devout fellow here. Ploink says he's become a great role model for his teachings.
Oh.
Yes, dearie. Ploink
Look at
said if
that,
you ever
Namor.
wanted to be a paladin of Ploink, they would graciously accept.
Look at that, Thamor. You're a holy man now.
Always
You're
knew
a
I
whole-
was.
You're a holy man. You're a holy man. Everyone here being holy now?
No.
Everyone but you.
No.
Oh jeez.
Right, I guess we'll take them. Reaches steps forward and takes the bag.
Malaise, a question.
Yes?
This curse, could it potentially be tamed and used?
Possibly. From what I have gathered, it is less a curse, more a choice. An exertion of your own willpower.
So
Why
you're
would you
saying
make
that
such a choice?
I could control it.
You could. Or it might control you.
Don't be a fool.
If you take these beans, Plank has assured me it will, well, eliminate the chances. But who knows what the side effects will be, such as the mysteries and wonders of Ploink. But for such a very powerful affliction, it will have a very powerful side effect, I imagine.
Something happened somewhere else.
Who knows?
Also, Dan, think long and hard about it. Kind of gestures towards the amulet on his chest.
He looks down at the gem that Madeline resides in and tries to ask, enjoying the show? Any thoughts?
You've heard my thoughts, Sedan. And you keep giving me all these other shows that I don't want a part of. As for this creature in front of you, you've met her before.
Yes, she helped save your brother. But I imagine that doesn't matter if you decide to erase this world. One good deed helping you in a roundabout way. He cuts off the connection.
This will
Andros,
end very poorly.
Andros pours the
Madeline will remember this.
I don't
If it's
know.
anything like Absinthe.
Andros will dump the bag out into his hand. Is it just 2 beans?
Nope, there are 6 of them.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well, is it
Are they
like a dose a day? Does he shove one up his ass? How does this work?
I mean, that suits his fancy. No, Blake just told me that to make sure you were well prepared, and that's as much time as I had was to prepare 6 more for your journey. Who knows when a dash of
Holy.
chaos will turn the tables?
He's gonna down those 6 beans the instant we leave this house.
who says the instant we leave the house?
Well, the
Why
instant we
wait?
can get him out of
Is Thamor
Malaya's
going to
hands.
say anything?
So-
Oh,
No, no, go
roll
ahead. Go ahead.
initiative. Anyways, and I just need one.
That is correct. You can take more, but for your affliction, you'll need just but 1.
He looks at everyone else, lingers on Arani, lingers on Andros.
Andros picks one up with mage hand and kind of like floats it over to him. Here, call your wardenship.
Frog on the pillow croaks ominously as it stares at you.
I love the frog.
Oh, don't mind Sir Croakington the Fourth. He's just mad that his father was killed.
Side eye. Side eye for the toad.
Gonna hold my hand out for the bean, look at it, and well, bottoms up.
You know, if could you imagine if you gave it to a kobold and the sun just suddenly stopped working?
Go ahead
Understood
and
that
roll
reference.
me a D1000. And you're going to roll it twice.
Twice? Oh no.
Nice.
1, 3, 4, 5.
You'd be either in the good range or in the very, very bad range.
I think the very, very bad ones were all like over 900, but
If this is
assuming that it was
the same table. Anyways,
the same table, yeah.
What if Salty is using the first roll to roll which table is using?
He's got 1,000 tables.
Yep.
or evens odds.
Oh no.
I like this. It's fun being on the other end of this.
Like-
time.
So I got my 4d6 get rid of lowest ready.
You are now permanently an eagle.
Roll it one more
Oh,
time
no,
because I
Fate
don't
Toru.
think this can be resolved.
I'm the new Fate Toru.
Because I don't think this can be resolved. This is more unresolvable.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's always
oh, no.
lovely when the GM is laughing at a roll from a wild magic table.
Well, I mean, this is oddly thematic, so we're gonna go with it. So,
Oh no.
Oh no.
as you take the bean, you feel that emotion, that rage, just start quelling, and you feel that kind of emotionalness. Well, not emotionalness, but you feel that calmness come back to you, as whatever that thing was that seemingly was growing and starting to take form inside you is feels like it's been caged off, even removed. But your slightly green skin turns even greener. In fact, it's a bright green.
Wait,
You no longer
I'm
feel the need
blue.
to eat.
What? Hold
Your
on.
bright
What?
Hmm?
Nails are
Oh.
blue. Skin is copper.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were. But now you are bright green. You no longer feel the need to eat. And the longing for sunlight seems to vitalize you.
Yes! No! No!
Wait.
No,
He's
Raina,
the
this could
plant.
work. You literally could turn to light.
I can photosynthesize!
You are that one.
Yes! Yes!
Can you?
Dan, how old is your character, by the way?
Zidane is 24. DM it to me. What is going on? I need the secret.
I don't know how Yonti look when they age, but you
Oh.
age.
What?
You age an additional 5-ish years. You age for every year, or age a year for every. Oh wait,
5.
hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I? No, I'm not doing that one. That's actually. Why would that? That's lethal. What the fuck?
And he
read that.
dies. Just
Caster ages a year for every round spent in direct sunlight.
What?
And I don't know if that's inclusive or past years. I thought it was ages a year for every year spent in sunlight. I was like, okay, I can average that out. But that doesn't.
So
You were the
this first
DM.
I'm basically cycling between 3 different effects, and this is maybe I have to roll again.
Who's
I'm
holding
trying
the
to think if I
bag?
want to modify that one or if I want to.
Andros
I'm
is
just gonna
holding
go with
the
how
bag.
I'm gonna go with how I
Keep it away
originally
from
read it, which was
things
like
where
a year for
Jesus
every year that you had
Christ.
spent in sunlight. So
Last
you're
time
gonna-
everyone.
you're gonna age 5 years. I'm just gonna go with the way I originally intended it, or
That's rough,
initially
buddy.
read it. So
Andros does not give the bag to Thamor quite yet.
The
So,
Jen does
yeah.
have a choice.
So then you feel a bit older for a Yonti. I'm not sure how age really expresses itself with that race. I never really looked into that. But yep. And again, you are bright green and no longer feel the need to eat food normally, but the sunlight seems very vitalizing to you.
This
He's
is
gonna
amazing.
look. He feels different. He's gonna try taking off his gauntlet. No.
You okay, Zidane?
He just holds up his hand. Gills are neon green, and his skin is bright green.
Think of it this way. I think you're growing closer to Shinari now.
Right, you might two
Oh,
have something
no.
in common.
Oh no! Did we forget Shinari?
She's
Wait,
just
could
loping
she have
along.
been picked up? Could she have been
Why
picked
didn't
up?
we polymorph Shinari? Oh my
She's-
god!
She's sitting on Maticus's porch doing the fry dog pose.
Okay, I'm sure we
No!
can retcon this by Zerd carrying Shinari at the claws.
Please.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have just ditched Shinari. That would have made everyone sad.
I think the reason why we didn't polymorph Shinari is because her challenge rating is too low. She'd end up just being like a normal, not a giant bird.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Okay, yep. Never mind.
She just loped along the ground. Just takes her longer. She's still an hour or so out.
Or we can carry her, and that would have been. So Zidane is green and does not feel hungry anymore, and
You
sees
don't
the
feel hungry
sunlight.
for food. You feel as though sunlight would be the best nourishment.
Do you wish us to take us outside and plant you?
Well, So in one of the side story threads, Zidane had crushed some ceramic in his hand and it didn't cut, and I hope that creative liberty of the curse, maybe toughening him, was alright. Salty. And with that in mind, he's going. I try and. I don't have a knife. I have a halberd and I have a javelin.
You have a halberd. You have a sharp implement.
Haven't
Yeah,
we answered this
I have it.
before? We've had this question literally from day one. I can't cut the bonds because I don't have a knife. You have a halberd.
We have a dagger too.
There are daggers in the party.
We've come full
Andros has
party.
2.
Many,
Come full circle.
many daggers I possess.
There
I
are
cast
many.
Divine Sense. No.
I cast divine knife.
We have. We have.
I smite
Fine, fine.
myself. Oh wait, it's radiant damage.
have-
that
We
counts as
have many
food, right?
daggers and many light sources.
Radiant damage is food. Got it.
Self-
Um,
Or
self-
radiation.
He is going to just reach up and nick the side of his arm with his halberd blade.
It
Who I
hurts,
believe
but
it
you don't feel any surge of rage or whatever that was compulsing you before.
is my blood red as normal.
For all intents and purposes, yes.
Quickly hardens into sap.
You're not becoming a tree, but you basically just attached photos like freaking solar
Yeah,
panels to your
yeah,
body.
Got it. And my girlfriend is Starlight. Awesome.
Yep.
See, it all works out.
Hey.
Something balance. I don't know.
Well,
That's certainly a look.
I'm
I don't think your hood's gonna hide your look now anymore there, Zidane.
People love nature.
Just saying, you're gonna stick out just like me. Welcome to the club.
Oh, he's gonna stick out as noble anyways. This actually is probably a better look.
anything. This marks me among my own people as well, even more so than before. But thank you, Malaise, and thank you, Link, for helping.
She just gives you a wide grin. Zoink works in mysterious and yet not mysterious ways.
Now, Thamor,
Hmm?
you promised to use these not right away.
I'm sticking them on my belt. Last time I gave one to someone, they left without giving it back.
Are you mad?
No,
Andros. Yeah.
he's never steered us wrong. He's
Oh, I'm not objecting to giving them to him. I'm objecting to keeping them at all.
they're a gift.
You are now a
Rude not
Thamor
to
is
keep 'em.
enemy list.
As you wish.
Besides, I mean, if we're really desperate, I'm sure we could shove one in Mother's mouth and watch her turn into a potted plant or something.
Considering that Absinthoth had an idea that one of the unintended side effects was my current millstone around my neck, perhaps not with his mother.
Do you want to feed her one? Can we do that? Can we just shove one right in the center of your stupid jewel and have her explode into goo? I don't know.
Why
Turn
would you
into a
give her
whale?
one?
They seem to be solving our problems.
Actually, Andros, if these are meant to cure maladies and the void is part of her like a curse,
I don't think the void is
Oh
a
shit!
malady.
Then he realizes as he says this. Never. No, that's a
I
bad
don't think
idea.
the void is a malady. I think it's just
Void.
whatever.
It would
Anyway,
break.
Daymore, here
and-
you go. Be smart with them. Don't get on a bender, because we can turn you into a dolphin too. Hands the bag to Daymore.
Even then, I don't
Claymore,
think that was a good idea because it would break our pact.
Claymore
That
ties
you
it to his
made
belt.
on a whim, yes. Right, Malaeus, thank you. This has been quite an adventure.
Oh, dearie, don't thank me. Thank Bloink.
Oh. Nah. I'd rather thank you. I got a thing against gods. They're a bunch of pricks usually.
You've been dealing with the wrong gods then, son.
Perhaps I have. Oh, by the way, someone probably wants to say hi to you. And he pulls out Barnacle and dumps him out.
Her eyes kind of grow wide as she sees this watery apparition of Barnacle.
Malaeus, me darling!
Barnacle?
Oh yes! See, I've got a new body!
My dear Mir, but you're all water and you're not with him anymore. Are you
I am and I ain't.
illusion? And she kind of walks
No.
up to the illusion or the clone and she starts poking.
I'm as real as everything, or mostly.
Feel like water to me, but you still have the looks and the personality and
Damn straight, I still got the looks. What do you think? I'm a little more fluid now. We got. Oh, I'm down for a little chaos.
Right.
Roll with the
going
waves, you know.
outside, I have this strange predilection to stand in the light.
well, I've done weirder things for Ploink, so if you're free later,
Oh no.
Always free. Right, Captain? Yeah, you're fine. Have your fun.
Patty cake, baker's man. Oh wait.
Besides, I think I've got to go talk to someone.
well, Barnacle is free to stay with me and we can chat a bit.
Don't. Well, have fun. I'm sure it'll be a treat to see whatever you are when I come back. Oh, thanks, Captain. You won't regret it. Ain't my thing.
Now come on, Barnacle. I'm sure I can brew a little something to make you a little more solid for a bit.
Oh. Well. You get it on quick. I like your speed.
Or when you're my age, you tend to get a little bit faster to make use of the time we've got left. And through Ploink, it is all possible.
Well, lead the way, me darling.
And she
And
starts
Rose.
heading back towards her stove, and as she does so, she kind of turns again, seeing the rest of you, and she just gives you a quick little shooing away motion, and the door
Right.
just abruptly opens on its own.
Do we leave
Oh,
him
thank
here?
you. Thank you for coming by. Ploink sends his regards. And try not to contract any more weird diseases, I guess.
Hmm.
I will promise nothing.
Can you just leave him here?
Yeah, sure. He's like a part of me. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah.
I can guess, but he'll follow along with us without having to wait for him.
Eventually, yeah. Either that or we'll catch up to him when we come back.
I would very much appreciate leaving this area. I'm not feeling quite well.
Sure. If you guys all want to start heading toward Galaran, that's fine. I've got to make a detour toward Torst. I've got a little bit more power for the day. I think I can make it there and back.
Going to go alone?
Why not? meet Meet an old face I haven't seen in a while.
At this point, Malaeus is pretty much ignoring all of you, and she's chuckling and chiding over with Barnacle.
And he is in full mischievous mode with her.
She is with him, unfortunately.
I actually wanted to get one thing in edgewise real quick,
Sure.
just before she becomes like completely engrossed with Barnacle. Just kind of like as everybody is filing out, Marani is gonna hang back for just a second. She's gonna walk up to Malaeus and she gets into her bag and she pulls out the green potion that Malaeus had given her the last time that she was here, the one that she said would silence the voices.
Mm-hmm.
And she just takes the vial and then just hands it back to her.
Oh. What's wrong, dearie? You made your choice to accept it?
I think that I want to try. And as long as I know that the option to silence it is available to me, I think that I'll always be tempted to take it. I think it would be better if I just left it well enough alone.
Sometimes that's the best course of action. As your friends have found out, there is no simple answer to fix everything with a single bean.
Thamor laughs
Sometimes it
and
takes
5
5.
beans. Jesus Christ, you gave him 5.
You're quite right, Barnacle. Sometimes it takes 5 or 6, depending on how many I can make.
Oh no.
But who
Yes,
knows what that
well-
might do to the world?
Yes, well, I think that I prefer for this to be a beanless journey, as it were. Although I do appreciate the gift.
Of course, Ploinx offers, but he does not demand. If you ever need more help, just you know where to find me.
Yes, well, thank you. And enjoy yourselves. Barnacle.
Oh, we will.
Oh, definitely. Yes, doll. You got something to say?
Is there any point in my asking you to behave yourself?
Certainly not.
I didn't think so. All right, you kids have fun. She turned and walked out.
And the door closes. Barnacle and
And the
Malaeus.
screen
Yep.
goes black.
Yep. Fade to Black, number 2 of the All Mir campaign.
Poor
Take a water
Toad.
construct.
I mean,
Barnacle
she'll-
got laid before the rest of you.
well, Evian's still on the chalkboard for number 1, but yeah,
It's true.
Barnacle is now number 2. And I am not going to go into detail on that one.
Oh,
That's
why
so
You will
not?
not elaborate.
A lot of sloshing was involved.
I am so struggling to like look up like JPEGs of hearts and stuff and just put them on the stream over the little hut. I don't think I can do it fast enough. Keep going.
Right.
So Barnacle thought 2, but hey, they were proven wrong. Anyway,
Right, so... Well, you all heard I've got family to meet.
Who is
Unless any of
leaving
you
the
want to come
area?
visit Torst.
Yeah, who's leaving the area fast? I would very much like to leave.
You're looking a little green there, Seabreeze.
This place does not agree with me.
Right, yeah. What condition you talked about?
Something like that. I've never seen a place like this with so much. She just waves a hand at the window.
Well. Well, Twinkles, you taking everybody out?
Yeah, you sure you'll be okay by yourself?
No, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
You need companions. I'm not sure.
No, this one's long overdue. he's probably the one I can most stomach.
Do you expect a fight?
No, not with him. Some... chiding and probably a little bit of a tongue lashing, but not with him. Not a fight. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be fine. And hey, look, Zidane, I can check in on Torch like you asked, right?
Yeah, that would be appreciated.
See how our kobolds or friends are doing. I bet they love all this bright sunlight.
Oh, from what I know of, I don't know.
Yep. We all settled? Yes, no?
Where's the rest of the party?
Heading to Galaran, of course.
All the way there?
We-
Or should we wait for your companion to finish his business?
What
I'm
about
not
the
sure why we
Widow's
split.
Kiss?
Widow's Kiss is a bit offshore. I know it's not really near Galaran at the moment with the port being frozen over. I could get a hold of Kajit, see how they're doing, but I basically told them to bunker down and keep out of sight. Probably wouldn't be a bad day checking in with him. Give me a sec. Pulls out the sending stone.
If we
Kinda
met with
wraps.
them, and that would be a good place to contact you with that.
Kind of wraps it on his like on his forearm and Kajit, you there?
You hear some scraping. As if someone's like kind of rapidly, like it's being bounced around and rapidly grabbed. Who is this?
Kajit, it's the captain.
I'm sorry. Kajit is not the one on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Who the fuck is this? Where's
I'm-
Kajit?
I'm Squadron Patrol Captain Gale.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The fuck who?
I'm sorry, you will refer to me as Sergeant Gale, not the fuck who. Now, who the fuck am I talking to?
You're talking to captain of this ship that you seem to have commandeered illegally.
You mean the ship that entered the port illegally during a lockdown, tried to stay in our sight range, and refused to give any indication of who they were, why they were there, and any processing papers in the middle of this debation. We thought they were spies.
Where the fuck is my first mate?
They are being held right now in the prison cells here.
And you're what, Galaran military?
Well, not quite. We are the emergency peacekeepers, if you would like to call us that.
From where?
We are in Galaran. No, we are appointed by the People's Court. The official military of Galaran is currently, well, it's destabilized, as you know, but we are doing our best to maintain the peace. Now, again, who am I talking to? I need a name and identification if you are the owner of this ship.
The name is Captain Andros. I am the owner of the Widow's Kiss. I am its captain. And I demand that you both release my crew, as they were not doing any sort of illegal activity. I asked them to approach and offer aid.
Yes, well, they shouldn't have approached while the port was on lockdown during a very big security breach.
Now, if you are who you say, and they are indeed your crew and they came with peaceful intentions, we will need you to arrive and present yourself with your proper identification so we can get this all underway.
Fucking hell. Right. We're like a day away or so. You're gonna have to wait.
Then they will be kept here. They are not being mistreated, they are being fed and kept in accordance, though they are very, very loud, and you hear a lot of yelling in the background. Very dwarven yelling.
Can I at least speak to my first mate?
If you make it quick, I am not handing the stone over, though. And be noticed that this line will be monitored by me. You hear some scraping along. Or you. Captain!
Carjit, what the fuck?
Aye. These humans are a bit more fidgety than we remember. We are not. Shut up!
Is there a reason why you disobeyed a direct order?
We didn't disobey, Captain. We got in here, the ports are completely frozen over. We went over to the first available one we could find where we saw some people being towed in, and the moment we got close, they anchored us. Harpooned and all, surrounded us with mages.
Is the ship all right?
Ship's
or did they scupper
fine.
it?
They're repairing it. Apparently it was cleared of the logs, they have no idea where it was from.
Well,
Just a
we'll
matter
be there.
of...
We'll be there soon enough. Just hang on, right?
Alright, Captain. It's a bit weird over here, though. We thought Dunmore was in a weird place, but yeah, something be said what's going on here.
Crew all right?
Crew's fine. Bored, mostly. We've started making up names for the different jailers.
What's the best one?
Pointy beer face. They're not very good with names. We're working on it. I heard that. Yeah, shut up, pointy beer face.
Right. Well, listen, you Sergeantiness. Thanks for the update. We'll be there soon, right?
Alright, so when you do, please proceed to our division, corporate headquarters, prison place thing, and yes, please present the proper paperwork so we can get this process and underway. They are
What's the
really...
safest entrance to the city? We know the situation.
Come through the main at the merchant's quarters. All the others are currently locked off due to security reasons. We cannot be held accountable for what will happen should you approach those other ones. Right now, we are dealing with a bit of a crisis, as you see. As you have heard, the situation in Galaran is a little tense.
And you'll...
What?
Carjit, please stop playing that goddamn dwarven music. They let me smuggle in me instruments.
And
Oh no.
and what was your name again? Just so I can...
Squadron Captain Gale, at your service.
Right. Squadron Captain Gaylord, got it.
Oh, that's a good one, Captain. Shut up.
Right. And he just shakes the stone and ends the call.
You left it on,
fuck,
Captain.
Taps it a few tour times.
No, it's done.
It's off. Right. That's a fucking mess. I specifically told them to lay low. God. Anyway.
Well, with that news, I'd probably be assuming that we should probably all go with you, get your family talk over with, and probably head all the way to Galaran, since you are the responsible one of the ship.
I will meet you guys at the mains entrance to the city. This is personal.
I don't think
Is it?
we should linger by the entrances. Maybe we should rendezvous some distance outside the city.
You're the expert at stealth, it seems. Find a nice hiding spot. You'll see me
Alright.
coming, I mean, I'm a fucking eagle.
Do you have any more of those sending stones?
No. Alton had one back with Delmoric, a priesty lass that showed up. Well,
The one we left at the inn.
Yeah, she has one. That's how I guess got a hold of her.
No one
Gotta
said
come
goodbye
visit.
to or mentioned at all. Kind of left her.
Yep.
Aww.
I'm sure we
How
can
will
pick up
we
a few
contact
more.
you to let you know where we are when we rendezvous?
Just keep an eye on the sky. I don't think I'm that hard to spot. I'm a big fucking blue eagle.
Right, but
Absinthe, how far can you speak into someone's mind?
that may work.
Not very. Or at least initially.
What about that time you shot an arrow at Thomas?
If you fucking shoot an arrow at me, I will tear your face off with my talons.
It would tell
I-
you.
that- Daniel, that's actually a really good idea.
Tearing your face off with my talons?
No, the first part.
Gives him a big wide grin.
But yes, at least these ethereal arrows do not leave any residue.
All right.
Plus,
It's
I'm sure
settled.
the bird you can see better than average.
We'll try to shoot you with an arrow when you return.
I'll
It's
be
settled.
looking forward to it. With that, Andros will cast Polymorph for the second time and take off for Torst.
You know, I should ask, does Absinthe know Captain... His name's Captain Gaylord now. Because I can't remember the original name!
Squadron Captain
What?
Gale.
Gale.
Yeah. You wouldn't know of this person, mostly because they're not from any of the formalized military.
Remember
Orc's in a very
People's
weird
Court?
state right now. Yep.
Bailiff Gaylord of the People's Court.
People's Court. Would that be friends of the king or the former king? Or
You don't know
different
yet.
group? Okay.
That would be a situation to figure out what is the People's Court currently in Galaran.
Man, if this is a Paris Commune reference, I swear.
A what now?
Okay.
Am I inadvertently doing reference to something?
we need to move on. Let's fly away, shall we?
Andros is heading for Torst. And I think
Does
the
anyone else
others
come with
are-
you, or is everyone else just kind of? I'm guessing based on what Seabreeze is trying to do, you're going to try and skirt and stay on the outskirts of the radiant, zone, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, the radiant zone extends all the way to Galaran?
No, it's encircling Torst and Malais's, kind of stopping right outside, like forming a bubble around that.
I think the plan was they were going to go high or find a place to lay low near near Galaran.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah. So assuming no one's going with Andros, which was a question, I feel like
He
Yeah,
took
I-
off. Somebody could follow, but
someone could go with him.
Well, if someone goes with him at this point, then we're not going to have enough birds to get everyone to Galaran. So,
I see.
Depends who goes with them.
well, true.
I could go with him.
That might be a very inadvisable strategy.
Because he's going to Torst, which has its own light.
Yeah.
Mostly, well,
there's a lot of banners that
there's a lot of. I don't know. I'm trying to think if Seabreeze would know anything about the White Order.
I mean, as a faceless, or
faceless.
I guess, yeah, he would have his connections in that regard. So, but I don't know if he. I guess no, you were in the hut when you overheard the relation thing. So, yeah, no. They are. It is currently occupied by servants of Palor, basically, and they are
Then no.
not particularly. They're tolerant of other religions. They push heavily their religion over others, but they are also very intolerant of the undead and
So
anything
then,
evil.
Yeah. If we were to go back towards Galaran with whatever people she would recommend. Yeah, staying low when they get near, and then perhaps knowing outlying a few outbuildings that are sufficiently far away from the city that they're not suspicious.
Well, you would also know of a particular entrance that Alton found by accident.
That is actually on the wall. I wouldn't even want to get that close.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. That seems crazy.
So, how do we want to do this? I guess if you're going by yourself, trying to think if we want to RP that now, or if that should be in a text, but I don't know if that'll change anything.
It's up to you. I mean, I can't imagine it will take too long, but it's up to you. We can
Depends
talk
on
it
the,
through real quick.
I mean, we can talk through real quick. I just don't know how long what you plan to really do with it. We can talk through real quick. Okay, so everyone else starts taking the Eagleback Express to Galaran as Andros, you head up to. I'm guessing you hitch a ride for a bit to get closer, since it is still half a day's ride out.
Oh, Andros is flying there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
he polymorphed and took off.
As you get near Torst, you notice that the town, because before it was a very small mining town, has grown with a lot more like shacks and tents and buildings. Like a lot of things have been ramshackled
Nice.
together as there are a lot of people milling about. And most
Okay.
noticeably, again, those banners of the White Order are placed around, and you see a lot of guards wearing those like long white robes bearing the crest of Halor and the heavy helms and everything. And as you polymorph down and start, approaching towards a
He probably
entourage.
probably circles and tries to pretend to be
Yeah.
a normal bird and he'll land somewhere away from the city and will make his way. He'll put his he'll actually put his hat into his bag and pull up a cloak and kind of covering his head and everything.
Okay, so you're hiding your appearance. So yeah, as you approach a kind of an entourage of like three, basically guards, but three of the zealots approach you. They have their weapons at the ready. They're each wielding a long halberd, kind of pointing at you. But they're not being like threatening with it. They're just kind of at guard, because pretty much if you can get into this point, they've already assumed you're not an undead, or one of the things servants of the dragon.
Yeah, he holds his hands out wide. In one hand, he's got his staff. He's using as a walking staff. Just holds his hands out. Come in peace.
This area is under protection of the White Order. How can we assist you?
I saw the banners. Where is the executor's office?
Why would you need to know this?
I'm a friend of the local executor.
He kind of like leans over and you hear some whispering. You will stay here with us. We will send one to send word to him. May we request your name or affiliation or however you wish to convey your message to him?
Tell him the runaway's here to see him.
He nods, turns over and gives a sharp like flick of his hand. One of the guards pulls back and starts jogging back. In short time, he's jogging back and you see your brother in not as full armor, helmet's off, but racing towards you. Token in here. Where did it go? Okay, let's put it back in there. I uploaded it, but apparently overridden by that. Not that it really needs it, but He comes rushing towards you, and he sees kind of the cloaked figure. And he kind of like peers, like kind of punches down, like trying to look under the cloak, and he gives a big grin. Why, by the grace of Pelor himself, you really did come home, didn't you, little bro?
Yes, it's good to see you too.
He turns to the three others. It's all right, stand down. Go back to your post. I'll see to this one personally. A snap of like a salute. They turn and march back to their post. Come follow me.
Little walk then. Yeah. That.
Yes.
Yeah,
A walk would be
follow.
nice. And he kind of walks alongside you. Huh. Here I thought you may have finally gone off and killed yourself. Tell me, what's it like being on the run from Palor?
Well, seems he ain't all seeing as he always heard growing up. Hasn't really caught up to me yet.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. You see, he gave me a vision, the divine grace of Palor himself, that you would come here. So he knows. Even if you don't want to believe in him or trust him, he knows.
Chuckles a little bit more. Right, yeah, he knows. Oh, God. It's... It's funny. You think, after all your years of devotion, gods would listen to you a lot more than they listen to me.
He kind of tilts his head a little, quizzically. You always had the weird thoughts, didn't you?
That's never what I always thought I didn't like.
No. It was never a bad thing. No, I never really agreed with how strict he was, but I do strive to uphold the faith still. And you'll be glad to know that I am up for promotion soon. I should be earning my title after this.
You're not official yet.
Not yet. They made plans to, but then... Well, he reappeared and everything kind of got scrambled. I really hope you had nothing to do with it. I really hate to have to bring you in for, causing what they're saying is the end of the world.
Yes, I'm intimately involved with summoning a giant fucking Dracolich and trying to destroy the world. That was always my goal, you know?
He turns and stares at you. His gaze gets a little bit harder.
Just gives him a sly smile. Come on. I'm not that stupid.
He gives a half of a grin. I know. But these are tough times, brother. Father is nearly at his wit's end with what's going on, being called everywhere to try and restore some balance, but it's unlike anything we've ever seen or could have anticipated. We're thankful that Palor has given us this place as a refuge that we can at least make a stand.
Were you here before, or was it just your vision that brought you?
I was on my way to Tales of Mir. Father went down to Dunmork after hearing some strange rumors there, and I went to Talmavir to go talk to the council there, and then I got the vision and went straight for Torst. Found this wonderful gift as a result of my devotion.
Right. What's the White Order doing these days? Father still running the place, or they get another promotion?
Well, there's talk of another promotion if he can, after all of, this situation is sorted out. He always had his eyes set higher.
And lower.
Oh, don't speak of him like that. I know he was harsh on you, but he did it for the best. He simply wanted you to follow the right.
Had a funny way of showing it. Anyway, I'm not here to rehash that.
Suppose not. Palor said you might be needing my help, and you might have some friends with you. Though you seem very... alone.
Yeah? Just poor old soul wandering the world, trying to find his way around. No, Uh, what is I guess, your plan for Galaran?
Right now, we're on orders to wait, hold this ground until we got further orders of making a move, but Galaran,
Is in the shit.
to put it in your foul words, yes. It is not being shown upon gracefully by Pelor.
Right, it's a literal pile of shit right now, and I've got a crew of sorts.
What happened to the sad wanderer trying to find his way?
You know how it is. Never really could tell the truth. Got me more whipped that way.
He just kind of grimaces at that a little bit. You were not the only one, you know, Andros. You were just the only one that rebelled so heavily against him.
Yeah, well, I'm well aware. Listen, if I got a hold of you, could you move the garrison? Could you come help?
Uh, you want me to mobilize the garrison just because you ask me to?
Sure. I asked your god to come tell you to come visit, and you showed up.
He stares at you with the most dumbfounded expression you have probably ever seen in his life. I can't tell if you're joking. Surely you must be jesting.
Funny thing with lies, isn't it? Can't quite tell if they're true or not.
I'll tell you what then. If you can somehow pull your lies and trickery again and get Paylor to send me yet another message to mobilize the army, on his will I will do so. But I'm sorry, little brother, but you alone, your
I'm
family,
nothing.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
mobilize an entire garrison against father's word.
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't want to upset all father.
You know better than anyone what happens.
Oh. Would he do that to the whole garrison?
No, just to me.
Your devotion's endearing, you know.
It is what keeps me going in these times. When there is great evil, talk of an undead dragon, what else can you turn to but the light that has saved you time and time again?
It's
One
a
day,
nice
perhaps,
sentiment.
you will understand the will of the gods.
You know, someday I think I just might.
He grows a wide smile, completely oblivious to the actual intent you were meaning behind that, but
As he says that, his eyes kind of flicker between a steely, stormy gray. There's a little bit of a ruby that passes across there, almost just like a chromatic swirl across his eyes as he says it.
he doesn't really notice this change. He is too busy kind of just smirking as he's walking forward. Well, perhaps I will get an even bigger promotion if I can convert our dear brother of mine back to the faith. Father never quite believed you had died. He always knew you were out there.
I bet he was looking for another chance to have a little practice. Listen. How's mother?
Doing well. She fears for you, if that's what you ask. She prays nightly to ensure that you find your way.
though she never specifies what that way will be. For someone who's so lax in comparison with her faith, she seems an awful lot of pull with Paylor.
I wonder why that is. Anyway, you got any way to contact you? Like a, I don't know, sending stone or something?
He kind of like, he wanders off a little bit, kind of looking around, and starts wandering back towards where his tent is. Hold on. Kind of wanders in, you hear him rummaging about, comes back out. He hands you a sending stone marked with the brilliant symbol of Paylor into it. It's, I don't know if it'll work for you, but, you're more than willing to try.
It sure is shiny. Right, well.
It is
I'll have
blessed by Paylor himself, so the lines of the communication we have is secure. No act of outside evil clairvoyance can peer upon these.
Fancy. Right, once I have a chat with your god, I'll let you know where we need your entry point. And be ready to smite some undead. There's a lot of them, apparently.
He chuckles, but then kind of seeing the seriousness on your face, chuckle kind of grows a bit hollow as he looks at you again, quizzically. You know, Andros, you still scare me from time to time. I can never quite tell when you're lying. Did you really talk to Paylor? Looking like that, and after everything you've done?
Just reaches forward and pats him on the cheek. That's the funny thing about faith, isn't it? And then he'll kind of turn and kind of start stepping a few steps away and then kind of spins back. Fuck, give me a hug.
His bit of a shaken expression, you just see it instantly kind of relieve as he just gives you kind of a boyish grin as he just walks towards you and just claps you in this big bear hug. Well, faith aside, I still wish you'd follow the right path, brother. I am still even happier that you're well.
If father asks, I was never here.
I think Paylor will allow me a little bit of a judgment call on how to best describe things. As far as I'm concerned, a giant bird passed overhead with no incident.
I like that. Keep your head to the sun, I guess. I'll be calling you soon. And that he'll
Will be
turn and
he just kind of gives you again that kind of half quizzical, half befuddled stare. Yes, I will look forward to it, I think. As he turns and heads back to his tent.
he'll walk back up to the entrance to the city. Clap one of the guards on the shoulder and just say, Roy, everything's fine here. The executor did say that you're a little sloppy. You should probably shine up a little bit more. He wasn't really pleased with it. Toodaloo.
The armored figure just turns and stares hard at you.
Well,
You can
get on it.
sense just kind of that.
And he holds up the stone. For the light of Paylor.
By the light of Paylor, may it
Chop,
guide
chop.
you, civilian.
Get shining.
Just stares hard at you.
and I'll spend a bonus action to convert 6 sorcery points to a 4th level slot. And as he's staring hard at me, he polymorphs into a giant eagle and takes off.
Oh, I thought you were gonna turn the guard into a giant eagle.
No.
It's like, are we just gonna go roll into combat right here? Did you just
Nope.
engage his
No,
army?
right in front of him, there is this burst of magic, and Andros turns into the giant eagle and takes off with a loud caw.
The guard, with all his boasting, is taken aback and steps backward, halberd raised. Though they are very well trained, so even in that a brief bit of he's startled, but he has his halberd raised, and you see he's already got like a glowing incantation on the edge of his halberd as he's watching you.
Yep, yeah. He buffets him with the first wing beat, but nothing serious, and takes off.
Guard just huffs, slams the halberd butt down, and releases the spell from the halberd, but they are a well-trained lot.
Yeah, and Andros will make for Galaran.
Okay.
Flying high and going quickly.
All right, leaving the warmth of that radiant area and kind of entering back that fog, you feel this pervasive chill hit you harder than it did before. Mostly just, you've stepped out of this cold into the warmth and now back into the cold, just kind of that sensation. You fly over. As for the rest of you who left earlier and got there, this talk probably didn't take more than half an hour to an hour at best. As you approach Galaran in the distance, the fog grows thicker and thicker until you approach Galaran, and even from a distance, you can see just this swirling mass of fog just coalescing around Galaran almost unnaturally. You also notice that, even from the aerial point of view, the harbor just looks like a completely frozen tundra. All the docks, ports, every area, that entire water area is just frozen in spikes of glacial columns. The walls and even everything else around Galaran, you just see signs of what could best be described maybe as a war. You see damaged portions of the wall. A lot of houses have been burned down and damaged, and there's just a lot of chaos, it seems. It seems like a lot of the poor quarter, that area, that outer ring, most of that is pretty much just in disarray. Any stuff that's standing is mostly just hovels or tents, quickly ramshackled buildings. The merchant quarter's a little bit better off, and the noble quarter looks like it hasn't been touched. But the castle itself is noticeably missing a spire.
Could we do a perception check to see what kind of damage hit the spire? I imagine giant eagles could maybe see that far, kind of.
I mean, there's no damage to see. The spire is just gone. It looks as though it just.
What about perception checks to just check for, how do I say, foot soldiers or patrols or scouts or anything that look suspicious on our way to the wall or nearby?
I mean, you can try rolling perception for that. That's kind of a very specific thing, trying to find suspicious looking guards in a place that's already in kind of a disarray. So it's hard to tell what's really out of place.
No, it's not suspicious looking guards. I'm just trying to figure out a place to land that's not near any authority figure.
Or official presence.
Right.
I mean, as best you can tell right now, the only guards posted are the ones in the there's a smattering of a guard post up near the merchant's quarter.
Uh-huh.
From flying, kind of looking down near that southern quarter, that poorer district, kind of the slums area, it looks like the entire gate has crumbled in and just been piled on with carriages and random debris. That entire thing is just blocked off and caved in. So there are no guards there. It's just, I mean, it's barely even accessible.
Can I contact Echo before we land?
You can certainly try.
Oh no.
I would like to try.
You kind of reach out through the ring, kind of contacting your members. Faceless, trying to coordinate with Echo. And she comes through a bit staticky, for the lack of a better word, but yes.
I have the party that I'm embedded in now next to Galaran. Where is there anywhere safe to approach?
Depends if you want to do it discreetly or if you want to try to get in and look like travelers. The southern 2 wall entrances are still open, as well as the tunnel. We still have them manned, although lightly. Code you once knew should still work for them. As for getting through the main gate, I mean, they're letting almost anyone through. You just have to be careful not to pledge an affiliation.
Should we come to you?
That would be unwise to do publicly right now. The other members and I are currently we're still kind of in hiding.
What are my objectives?
We need to break the standstill. We can't operate openly here. It would be safe to assume that we are compromised for the current members in the city. During the entire uprising and attack, a lot of our information was leaked. They may not know you yet. You were gone long enough that your records may not be accessible to them. But I don't know how much whoever leaked the information knew. But as of right now, we are treated with caution. They are looking for us, but not hunting for us, if you catch our drift. But we cannot make any bold move or they will immediately attack it to us.
Understand. One last thing. Is Alton helping?
He is. He was in the city not too long ago.
Okay.
His ability to change, and the fact that he was still also a new member, not fully of the Faceless, his information was also not leaked.
Good. I will stay with this group, and I think we will attempt to deal with House Leva, if that is acceptable.
It is fine by us. The current course of outcome does not favor either side for what we want. We just need the tension to break. Currently, this standstill, this muttering about, is inhibiting our ability to act and inhibits any further plans. So whether you wish to eliminate the people's holding out, or if you wish to eliminate the cult of the dragon, it does not matter to me. We approve any action right now, if it gets us out of this stalemate.
Understood.
Oh. And welcome home. We would have tidied up, but things are a little difficult.
This hasn't been my home in a very long time.
If I still a member of the Faceless, it will always be a home.
Very well. Goodbye.
Oh.
Was there something else?
There was one more thing.
Okay.
Before you cut transmission, you just hear one final thing. Try to keep your original identity low while you're here. The one who leaked the information may be very well one of the ones who sent you on your mission.
I've learned a bit about that after we lost contact with you, and after we had Alton make the switch. Seems like we have someone working against us from the inside. We should be a bit more careful about that, but with an organization that was growing like ours, it's not impossible for that to happen.
Interesting. Do let me know if you figure out who it was.
Of course, like I
I'll
said,
enjoy-
movements right now are limited. We are trying to look
Shall-
into it with.
I shall enjoy dealing with whoever it was.
I do enjoy the outcomes of your work.
You were one of the few.
Stay safe. We will contact you when we learn more.
Safe, sure. Now I click.
But wait,
Yeah, more. There's more.
the secret of invisibility and immortality.
Wait, your
Also,
car
I
is
love you.
extended- your
The
car's
People's
extended
Court. They
car-
found me.
We've been trying to reach you about your bird's extended warranty.
What's a car?
Oh Jesus, whoever that is.
Who's
Okay.
Jesus?
Mort.
As we're flying along, this would have been a very odd, you hear Seabreeze talking, like it's one-sided, but at the end of it, she sort of looks down at whoever's flying, which I guess would be Marani?
Yeah,
Yep, and
and Evian, I
whoever's.
think.
Mm-hmm.
So we should favor the southern entrance, or I know a secret way. Your former companion may have also shown it to you. It's a crack in the wall. I do believe we can approach. I don't think we need to stay outside the city. It's a bit of disarray down there.
But if we were to go through this hidey hole, how would our friend Andrews know? I mean, obviously, we all are aware that we're supposed to go through the Merchants Guild gate, and
We can safely land outside the walls and signal him, and then proceed. I don't think there's anyone bothering to patrol the wall anymore.
Hmm.
And you can kind of see it, Salty described it, so.
right.
So to recap, just the Merchant's Quarter has the official presence of the city guard, or what's counting for it, whereas the Beggar's Quarter, or is it the Beggar's Quarter or the Poor
It's
Quarter?
basically the slums for more or less description of it, but as from what you can kind of gather from the airborne perspective, as well as any guess, just a maybe a little slight of out of or meta knowledge of it, but they've with what's going on, that quadrant has been pretty much left to its own devices since most people that chose to flee done so. Anyone who couldn't have fled and don't have the money or power to live like in a kind of secure area in those northern things, kind of just stuck. So yeah, the southern area was kind of a war zone, and now is just it's not deserted, but it's kind of like a lawless zone of sorts. But
Walk.
Okay.
Well, Vima will just look down into Marani, and she's like, "Well, can you do the link that you normally do in this form with the others?"
Yes, I can. That's how Spooky Rat happened. She links with Evian. Yeah.
I think the crack was
What?
like here. I can't remember.
I was going to say it, I mean, to the other flying passengers to let them know, since there's a bit of a space between us.
Well, let's. Should we land and then figure this out? I mean, we still have to wait for Andros.
That we do. As much as I don't want to go through the sewers again.
No, well, I think that's something to consider as well, is that the last time we left, it wasn't exactly on good terms. I mean, should we? I mean, Andros may still be considered a fugitive.
That's
Ooh, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There,
that's a thing.
there was, for those that remember, there was knowledge that alternate paths that Whisper took care of that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's why also when he mentioned his name that they had no record of the ship.
That's right. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Gonna have
Well,
to get some actual documents.
The only thing I could say is that
Bureaucracy.
we should lurk somewhere, so where Andros could spot us. I don't know how urgent we should get into the city, but my best possibility is to stay out of the city until he arrives.
yes, I don't think that we should enter until we're all together again. So,
Yes, and the only thing I know besides being out here, because I don't know how long they'll notice, there'll be giant birds coming this way, but I do know there is a location north of here, but no one really knows of it, and I particularly, it might be different. But then again, it's another problem to actually let Ninduros know where we are.
well, as long as we have eyes in this. Oh, well, shoot. No, there's fog. I was going to say we might be able to see
Yeah,
him coming, but we might not be able to be.
and that's the problem. So I would probably say, I don't know. Well, I'm like looking over the map too. So, uh, if there is probably some traveling post or something along the way towards Galaran, that would probably be a good idea. But knowing the way we traveled, my memory's a little shot from all this flying. Um, my best bet is to probably stay a couple of miles away from Galaran before we enter. But that's just me.
Marani, where do you fly?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
That was
figure out.
a really long way of saying she doesn't want to land outside the city. I just said we
Narrative.
probably should be able to, so you decide where we go.
I'm just thinking that we shouldn't land inside the city without Andros, because I
Nobody
think that.
told you to land inside the city. I said to
Okay,
land
good.
outside,
Okay,
either
good.
towards the southern gate or towards the crack, which is the little green thing I drew. I think Evian's suggesting that we land a ways away from the city. Either way, we're going to have to shoot something in the air to flag down Andros.
Salty, do I remember you saying that the fog was heavier right over the city?
Yes. And it seems to be unnaturally like coalescing around it. Like it seems to be swirling about the city.
So, in theory, how far back from the city would we need to be in order for the fog to not be just stupidly obstructive?
Hard to gauge because close to the city it just gets thicker and thicker, closer to it because it seems to be kind of maybe not exactly the nexus, but definitely a very strong point of it. Um. So.
I mean, I think that for the visual factor alone, maybe landing a ways away from the city is probably the smartest move, just so that we can get Andros and go.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I mean Andros shouldn't be far behind you guys.
Yeah.
He's probably an hour or two behind you guys. Obviously, he flew an hour to Torst, and then, or maybe like a half hour, and then obviously following you guys. He might end up landing a little bit shorter, so he might be a couple hours behind you guys, but just enough time for Shinari to have galloped up and caught up.
Okay, I think that I'm gonna try to find an area kind of like, like westish of the city, like kind of out of the crazy vortexy fog if I can, but just a ways back to give us a little bit of a better chance of actually, spotting him when he comes. Then we could just hoof it from there. Whether we decide to go to the merchants district or through that crack, we can figure that out when Andros gets there.
Okay. I mean,
Andros did mention just land, be somewhere near the city, and he'll
Yeah.
be looking for you. Obviously, he's an eagle with good vision. There's fog, but I mean, for all we know, you could carve out land here, fucking bird brain in the ground with mold earth, and
I
he'd be
probably
able to
could
see
do
it.
that. Actually,
Or Absynthos could cast Skywrite
Does he
with the
fucking have
void.
that? Oh, he would,
Yes,
yeah.
because everyone loves me casting the void.
you can also just shoot an arrow at you.
Could
Good
just
to
shoot
shoot
an
the
arrow.
arrows
the original plan.
more
I
stable.
mean,
See, I mean, mold earth could technically work. I just don't know if he'd be able to see it through the fog.
Would not. Shoot me
Probably
with an
not.
arrow. Come on.
Okay. Yep.
We said arrow.
you're the one that has expertise in
I mean,
archery.
the caveat being is it would actually be easier for Andros to see you guys and for you guys to see Andros, I would think, looking
Mhm.
through the fog.
He is a giant eagle, which is, I mean, the thing's going to have, what, a 10-foot plus wingspan?
More than that.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
It's a big bird.
Very big bird.
All right, so we land and we're on the lookout. Do we
Yeah.
see him?
Just for sake of, I'm not going to play a game of, haha, you missed him. Haha, you missed him again. Haha,
Right.
you missed him.
I mean, it was just so you could see. I'm pretty sure you could see a giant.
Yeah, I was just
purple
trying to give
arrow.
us
Yeah.
a
Roll your attack.
yeah.
Roll
Nat 20.
Okay, here
Let's
we go.
go.
Wait. Oh,
And-
no, I didn't put my dice away. Fuck.
By the way, Salty, just for my
I knew we were
just
gonna
for
have combat
mechanical
today.
like short rest resource purposes, could we say that in the time that we're waiting for Andros to get there, I get a long rest so I can get my wild shape back?
That would
Short
be
rest.
8 hours.
Short
to get
rest.
Oh, short rest. I think it's long rest. Yes.
Yeah, I thought you
Yes.
said
For
long
purposes,
rest,
you guys can take a short rest while you're waiting. I mean,
Thank
you
you
can also
very
like,
much.
build a campfire, and that would probably be enough for him to see.
That is also true.
Just gonna throw that one out there. But
Ronnie does have produce flame.
I do have
and
produce
can
flame.
literally light up like a candle, but that
I
only
can-
lasts 10
Andros-
minutes.
Andros, does a
Candy.
19 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
20.
19 hits me, 20 hits me. I'm a bird. I got 13 AC. I'm a freaking pincushion.
But we could
Okay.
light the arrow on fire so you can see the flaming arrow come
or
at
you can
you.
just tie a note to it. See if the bird can read.
The bird can read. We've
This bird
established
can
this.
read, actually.
That was at disadvantage, so as long as you're within 320 feet, I got you with my crossbow.
Yeah. The bird finds you. He might have an arrow to hit him. He lands. You're actually just firing at a bird. Andros like walks up. You've killed like three seagulls. You hit one, it just falls from the sky.
An owl and
And Andros just kind of walks up out of the fog.
What are you doing?
Fatoru's one of them was like, what the fuck? We've done it before. Why?
I got one.
He just walks up and, he's got another bird like in his hand
that's
that he
funny.
killed when he was flying. Because he's an eagle.
Half of a bird.
Walks up. Right. Who's hungry for pigeon? Hi, by the way. I don't know what you were shooting. Those were seagulls.
No, sorry.
At least it got your attention.
Oh, if there are
you
seagulls,
made
that
it.
means the sea isn't dead. Maybe. I don't know.
Sea ain't dead. She's inside. She's not really happy with everything that's going on there. I can feel her writhing with all the water, frozen ice.
Did you
Well-
have a nice visit?
That's lovely. I love the taste of pompous dick shit and blind idiocy dogma, but it was great. I even got a hug.
That's good. Family is family, I suppose.
Family is family. That's a good way to put it. Right, what's the point of entry?
I think we have a couple of choices. We could take the secret sewer entrance you may be familiar with, or the southern entrance, I think, is also available. Not recommend the main entrance here over to the left.
The southern entrance is blocked, isn't it?
Well, I just remembered.
But still
there's-
navigable.
There was
Zidane is going to hold up his hand, and on his finger is his ring of nobility. We could always try going through that gate that we saw, that there's some official presence.
I would not recommend that.
All
I
depends on
agree, we
which
should go to the
nobles are in
south.
charge where.
True, and in that
Yeah, we
case,
might want to keep a low profile, at
I'm
least for the time being.
inclined to go with the hidden entrance.
I'd prefer we went through the south, see how the common folk are doing. They're the ones worst hit
Seabreeze,
by this.
did you contact your people?
I did. They are on the run, as it seems, but still good for information.
On
It
the
seems
run?
there's. Yeah, I.
They hit too?
The
They split?
organization. No, the organization is not famously stalwart. They seek to hide in the shadows no matter what the stance of the war effort, you might call it. I doubt we'll be getting much direct help from any of them, but they do give me good information, so it seems there's a stalemate in the city between the forces of House Leva, motions to Absinthos, and,
You could at least pronounce it right.
I'm sorry. How do you pronounce it?
Levia.
Levia. Thank you.
Like
Apologize
Leviathan.
again.
Hmm.
Between House Levia and Faust's forces, my contacts just await a break in the stalemate, and actually did not care which side we chose, which is grating for me. Cannot imagine they would side with Lich.
What side is the Lord Captain Gaylord on? People's Republic or whatever it was, People's Garrison?
I truly do not know. You wish to regain your ship?
At least free my crew. Being the bonehead idiots that they were, but
I,
they're still
I
crew.
I do believe I remember where the city jails were, though I
Oh, I'm quite
don't know.
familiar with the jails. I don't know if
Ah.
they're using them, but
Ah.
I'm quite familiar with them.
Well, the quickest way to those would certainly be through the secret passage.
I'm inclined to agree with that. We can maintain our hidden presence
Right,
as long as possible.
let's go sewer diving then.
You see a
Okay.
very visible shudder from Evian.
Look, I can
Well,
clean you off after, or I'm
one
sure Ascot can lick it clean too if he's in the mood.
Oh,
ignore me.
disgusting.
Jeez.
It's an improvement from the previous name.
Flashes him a smile.
Evian, are you able to? I don't know. You said that the Bay Court had made a decision. Are you able to reach them from here? Can they provide any assistance?
That is a good question, Sedan. Probably do it while we're in the sewers, but not while we're meandering outside these walls.
True. Although, um, Zidane is going to internally berate himself and, can I
Cast divine sense.
No. I think there's enough information. No. Does it feel if I try calling on the sanctuary here? Does it feel like I just want to confirm that it probably is gonna fail.
No, you feel as though it'll still heed your call. It just, like I said, it feels less peaceful. Like it too is being affected. Like this area is like very invasive on the plane that you know.
It would be corrupted. Potentially.
I will let you interpret it as you will, I suppose, without giving away too much on what's going on.
Yeah. And you see him hold his focus, and he thinks and pulls the sanctuary to him. The door, the frame appears, but then it shudders and almost recoils at the thought of appearing. Well, fuck.
I mean, it will still come to your call. Like I said, it just feels
Mhm.
less like a very nice, well cottage and feels more like a rickety house at this point. It will still come to your call.
Well,
So, see, Breeze, I guess we should just make our way towards the sewer entrance. It's been a while since we've been
I'm at the crack already. Like, you guys are
Okay,
just
well,
Some
fucking
things
Where'd he
never
go?
change. Some things never
Sparkles,
change.
do the
Yep.
dark thing. Let's
Yep.
go, silence.
Yep, I gotcha. I'm gonna throw pass without trace over the group as we go in.
yes,
Ooh,
I need
can
it.
get some
I have
really
disadvantage.
serious stealth going here. You guys might not see me
Plus-
again.
He's gone. He's vanished into nothing
Basically invisibility.
We're rolling stealth.
with a
Probably
plus
why-
10.
Once again.
Plus 10 to your stealth checks.
Jeez.
Oh wait, you could put that in the thing. Never mind.
Yeah.
Stealth. That's an 18, thankfully.
Jeez.
Oh, we're rolling stealth?
Oh, are we actually rolling
Mhm.
stealth?
What?
Well,
I thought you said that. What?
I'm just
You-
I have this up in case we need to roll stealth.
Right, we're not. We're
Oh,
approaching
And
the.
just trying to be stealthy. He wants to match safe race.
Yeah,
And failing miserably at it.
You're
GM, do we
proficient
need to
in
roll stealth?
What?
No,
I
don't think so.
Yeah, I'm proficient in stealth.
I
He's a
suggest we
snake.
go towards the gate or
He's
the
not a snake
sewer
no more.
entrance stealthily.
So I used the special knock,
He's a
GM.
Pokemon now. He's a grass
You
type snake.
knock on
He's
it,
shiny.
and as the crack opens with the seams revealing a large, orcish-looking figure.
Still here.
Mhm.
Ogos.
Whom does the faceless see, brother?
Oh. He bows his head low and just kind of gestures. Who are the others?
Friends, move aside.
Okay. He steps quickly aside and bows. It's not good up there.
Yeah, no kidding. Did you reset the traps in the stairwell?
Sorry, sir. They broke.
Do I look like a sir to you?
Ma'am.
It is Miriam!
It's like someone's gouged your eyes out.
Did you just
I
assume
swear.
my gender?
Grog, sorry, ma'am. Grog, hard time telling between humanoid genders.
Okay, all right. This way, she like motions people to the door across the room that leads to the stairway. Hopefully, there's no crossbows aimed at the backside of the door, right, Grog?
No, those broke too.
Okay, yep.
It's been rough.
Yes.
But Grog's
I'm
still
not
old
sh-
door.
I'm not sure why you're still here then, but okay. Keep up
Grog
the
hasn't
good work,
gotten
buddy.
orders in a while.
Yes, I hear you.
Could you, if Grog could be bold, could you tell them that Grog is still here and doing a good job?
I will do my best, but I can't promise anything.
Of course, ma'am. Grog understands. Grog
Okay.
is thankful for the opportunity.
Well, that's good.
You just keep up the good work there, Grog.
Thank you, sir or ma'am.
All right. Let's stop confusing Gronk. Come on, let's go.
He reaches over and pats him on the shoulder. Just call me Captain.
Yes, Miss Captain.
It's the magical third gender, Captain.
And joining in with handshake. I figure with 5 years of age and developing his now emotional state, Dan's gonna smile, clap a hand on Grog's shoulder, and say, "And call me your wardenship." He follows Andros.
Andros just smirks
You're
at that, keeps walking.
Mrs. Captain Wardenship. This is getting really hard for Grog to remember.
Although I am gonna peel off and wait for Captain Thus to come beside me.
Grog still has his head bowed low as you each pass and addresses you each with Mr. Mrs. Captain Wardenships.
I love it.
Love it. It's so good.
Some crack security we have.
This will be the only time I'll be confused for a holy person.
He is dedicated.
And into the darkness we go. The stinky, stinky darkness.
So,
Yep, back into the sewers. Did not think we'd be going back into the sewers, so I also deleted that page and I drew on that one.
That's okay. I mean, our destination is the jails,
Yeah.
right? So I would hopefully know where I'm going.
Yeah, you would know it's not like you were stumbling along like Alton before, but you do notice that that platform that you passed by that was manned by the three, for lack of scare, like info guards, there's no one there anymore.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Crag isn't there? Crag the
No.
halfling?
Nope.
He's probably dead. If I had to guess.
Grog is
Yeah.
still there, but the others have been recalled. Or Grog has been forgotten. Grog does not know.
Grog has been spared. No one knows he's there.
so along the way, I would like to have a chat with Absinthoss. If no one objects.
No. Shut up. We're not talking here.
Well,
I could.
Someone
I could
top
say
stop
that.
them.
that's fine because I'm going to. That's fine
I could call
because
for stealth.
I'm going to look at Absinthoss and tap on my forehead.
And then we engage in some telepathic speech.
Oh,
Do
we
you
could
want to move
stealth.
to a different channel?
Sure. Might
No.
make life easier.
No, we want to record this, so the rest of us should move or something.
We can move.
I mean, but I also figure, like, can we just assume that we're
is
not
this-
listening? and just
Okay,
listen?
yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't have to.
I'm good with whatever options there.
Okay, well,
It's not about beans. I don't think we'll meta it.
Wow.
well,
Is this about my sister?
and Zidane is also going to try opening up the connection to Madeline as well and see if this.
She is
kludges
laughing
together.
hysterically.
Oh, good. We're off to a great start.
You see him, brother? He's bright green.
What, you think he turned to a pickle?
He's turning into the plants he so loved to save. Don't you find it ironic?
It's Pickle Rick. Ruining the recording.
As hilarious as the situation has turned as far as that.
Oh, you have no idea. I've been waiting for something to make me laugh trapped in here, and it finally came. It's like I got a second wish, Sedan.
Madeline, if it came down to it and I gave you to your brother, would you stay with us and not destroy the world? If your brother doesn't wish it.
No. My pact with you was you were going to end House Levia. If that doesn't happen, I still intend to make good on my actions and remove Mother.
You, as I remember, pact wavered, wished, and washed between 4 different wants, and you couldn't commit to any single one. I'm not exactly sure how these ideas of pacts work, but contracts with items that conflict with each other make it very murky on how they actually are fulfilled. Ending House Levia, ending the agreement that Levia had. Which is it? Because one of these ends with all of them, including you, being destroyed.
Thought I made myself quite clear on that, Sedan. I don't care about myself. I will end Mother. I will end this pact with Zerial and the evil machinations it has done upon this world. And if I have to, I will destroy this world and rebuild it. Does that clear things up?
What if I call your bluff, and by the end of this, even after we deal with your mother, we're just spat right back into that hellscape that you conjured for all of us, and we put it to another contest. I know that the
Sedan,
void collects with you, but you wouldn't have made that offer, or rather, accepted that offer if you didn't think that you could definitely beat us. I only ask.
I made that offer, Sedan, because I thought maybe, just maybe, there could be another. And seeing you with my brother, and seeing the determination that you were trying to make, I thought it could be fun. I've waited this long, Sedan. It will happen, one way or another. And besides, if you want to think about it in a, oh, maybe a maniacal way or something more fitting to me, you're also the greatest way I'm ever going to get into this city and get close without her even noticing. Just look. How do you think my normal guys would have gotten in here? Instead, I'm safely trapped, or so you think, right around your neck, being led right to my mother.
I never assumed that any of us were safe with you with us.
So then why the veiled threats, Sedan?
You obviously don't respond well to charity because whatever part of you that could died in the infernal plains when you were tortured for so long.
My innocence, perhaps. My hope that mother could be redeemed, for sure. But to think that I'm not trying to do something, I could have just gone forward and tried to destroy everyone, break everything, make them suffer like I did. Instead, I just want to fix things. I want to remove the source of the agony for me, as well as the source of agony for so many others, and that's her. I don't care if you agree with me or not on what the principle is on that.
Still walking along with the rest, his hard stare moves from the brickwork of the sewers and then meets Absinthoss's gaze.
You have so much to learn being a noble.
That he does.
Yes, well, a journey on the road is more fitting for me, and I keep my house with me wherever I go.
Yeah,
So,
you know, some of us are anchored here.
Well, if you broke all your ties with House Levia, that'd be funny. What if I don't know what the procedures would be, but what if I adopted you into my house?
It's over to the dagger that he has on his body.
yes, Absinthe, will you call Zidane daddy?
Oh no! 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 No!
In his mind, he is laughing very hard.
Madeline is laughing hysterically at this as well. Truly, Zidane, you have a lot to learn about being a noble. It is so... Oh, the naivety is so pure. It's almost relieving. None of the hidden remarks or the daggers behind teeth. Oh, refreshing.
Well, I'm honest to a fault and do have my silly ideals. But friend has made me realize that maybe it's time to put some of them behind me.
Not necessarily. They just need to be synthesized with reality. For example, before we get too far, I want to see what's happening to the lower quarters. How those people are handling it. They're disproportionately affected by this crisis.
Yes. I'm sure Mother is up there saying that she's helping everyone. But we both know that's a lie.
Well, depends where Father is. You remember those trips down to the lower quarter with Father?
Yes, knowing him, he's probably putting on a charity act and a show at the same time. He does good, but he likes to stroke his own ego while he's at it from time to time. I'm sure he's got some new play he's presenting while giving out free food. Would be like him.
Quick question. Is anyone watching us?
From the
Andrew's
party or the
supposed
trap?
They might hear that smirking about the daddy comment, but sorry, I just
Staying on topic, so we finish before 2 a.m. Is anyone?
Oh no!
Watching?
I'm
so
gonna put
good.
Can I stealth away from the group now?
It won't matter. You'll still be within 60 feet.
All I need to do is get away. Get away once.
And we roll yet another new character for him to run away.
a new character to stealth away as well.
This one's gonna be like a sewer monster.
Considering that we are
It's a lizard folk barbarian.
Sorry, Salt.
we are speaking telepathically, and there's not.
There might be the from the daddy comment. That's about it.
Sedan is gonna, as quietly as he can, look and make sure. Hopefully, no eyes are watching. He's gonna take Madeline's necklace off. And he's gonna extend it to Absinthe. If anything, if your mother sees and detects you around her son's neck, maybe that would help disarm her, even for a moment. Otherwise, perhaps if you do decide to wipe away the world, you can start with your brother.
Appreciate the vote of confidence.
I hope that we can reach another compromise before it comes to that point, though.
We'll see, Zidane. Like I said, I'm hoping you find a better solution. For your sakes. My goal is still as clear as when I set out to do it. I will eliminate Mother. One way.
That was never in doubt. And as I've said time and time again, it's the rest that follows that I've had an objection to.
Unfortunate as that may be, that's not my part.
I am extending the necklace, the giant yellow gem, flanked by its 12 others, wrapped around the purple void. To you, Absinthoss.
He takes it, puts it around his neck, but hides it physically to be hidden within his clothing.
Is Madeline still in my head?
Nope.
I think that the only one that can convince her would be you. I'm sorry
No, don't be sorry.
for
It's
what happened in Tilbrook. If
Hmm?
we had maybe talked, made some story that maybe you had used the void instead of. Oh,
Well, what's done is done. There's no undoing it. Even if Madeline destroyed everything, it'd still be a part of the fabric of the universe. Don't apologize for what you felt you did was right. I'm not mad at you for any of that. The only people I'm still upset at are the people who suggested to turn Evian into, well, a weapon. But one thing at a time. Let's at least get this whole city situation dealt with first before that goes anywhere.
right. Do what you think is right.
Dangerous statements, Dan.
After everything is said and done, with dust settling, you have made decisions that usually helped more than hurt.
One can hope. Let's help the people of the city first. Then we can deal with our personal problems.
Yeah, and I just given you one more problem to try and alleviate.
Not really. It's just the same problem repackaged. So,
Do you think that you can maybe convince your sister otherwise?
I don't know how stubborn have you seen me? Yep, lots of sparks.
Well, I was hoping that the long suffering and patience had skipped a child. Then maybe she had absorbed it in the womb. I don't know how these things work.
To put a
Did
long
you
story
know that?
short, Sedan.
Did you know that Yanti are born in clutches of eggs?
Yes, the literature is quite fascinating on that.
Hmm.
What? an avid reader.
Mm.
If I remember correctly, your clutches are little.
And he's gonna clap him on the back and squeeze hard on the other shoulder.
We definitely made it to the jail, right?
You're-
We're just standing there looking at these two.
You're no
staring at
fun,
each other.
Sedan. Verbally out loud, you're no fun, Sedan.
Hmm.
You got that right.
I'm getting better. Sorcerer Captain.
Mrs. Sorcerer Captain to you.
The sea breeze say that out loud.
This is Sorcerer Captain Morton Chip.
And Andros just gives a thumb over to it and says, "Not bad."
Sounds straight out of a smutty romance novel.
How's that one you read?
That's the title.
Let's get your people out of jail, shall we?
Waiting on you.
Okay.
You're the leader here.
All right.
So are you trying to break into the jail, or are you trying to just arrive at the jail?
First we arrive. What does it look like? where
Oh,
are we?
Casing the joint. Casing the joint.
I mean, I'm assuming it's like some crack in a wall. It's not even.
Well, because
right?
the last time you guys used the sewer entrance to that prison, you had broken out of said prison through the grating in the bottom floor.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's
yes,
probably
there's another-
just a crack now.
Yeah. Well, there's passage
Ooh.
outside the
Mhm.
prison. You're gonna try to approach the prison from the outside, or are you trying to break into the prison? That's like a question.
Why don't we try to go in the way that we broke Andros out, and see if the floor grating is still passable.
We did slide quite a long way through some sewer piping to get out.
I have what you might call a unique talent.
Okay, do the rest of us also have that unique talent?
No, but I'm assuming you have rope.
In another context.
Yes.
Continue, please.
Is this more you learned from your smutty romance novel?
In
No
any
comment.
case, I can likely make it up the hole that you slid down and tie the rope to something, and you can all climb up. Sound like a plan?
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
GM, I'm gonna spider climb the crap out of this.
Ooh.
Okay.
Spider rogue. Spider rogue. Does whatever a spider rogue does.
You climb up. It's a very slick, wet surface. This was the drainage for the basically sewage water of the prison. So doesn't smell great, doesn't feel great, and you climb up until you reach a grate. But it is still loose, and you're able to push it aside.
Ah, good.
As you kind of poke your head up into the bottom floor of this prison cell, there's no one down here. But against the stairwell in the back that they had descended before, you can hear the very rowdy sounds of dwarves kind of bouncing off the walls, echoing around, and a very exasperated guard telling them to shut up.
Well, Andros got his alone time. I'm gonna get some of my alone time. Damn it! I will spider climb to the ceiling and stealthily try to ascertain the situation, where the dwarves are exactly, how many guards there are, etc., etc.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a quick stealth check then.
Stealth check is at disadvantage because I'm exhausted, and that's a 12.
You are not exhausted here anymore.
Oh.
It was only in the presence of that radiant light that you got the exhaustion.
Oh, awesome. Then that's way better. Do I still have Pass Without Trace?
Not unless you're still within 30 feet of me.
Okay, so then that is only a 26.
Oh, okay. So you're visible to
Only a
everyone,
26.
really. You're just visible there. Like, hell, the guys next door can see you. Can see you through the wall.
Must have been the wind.
Okay. The old grandma with a missing eye and a peg leg is seeing you. Anyway, yeah, no. So you're able to very quietly, quickly, kind of start scurrying up the stairs via the ceiling and poking your head to the next level. In the same relative area that Andros had been kept before, you see that there's 2 cells holding the crew of dwarves, and there are 3 guards posted on that floor. There is kind of 2 just kind of standing near the cells themselves, kind of dressed in rudimentary, very light armor, equipped with just a saber. And then there's 1 very exasperated guard, very long, pointed goatee of a beard, who is at the gate, like at the cell, just kind of arguing with the dwarves. Something about, you hear them arguing about playing music in the cell, whether it should be allowed, and for them to quiet down, or he's going to come in there, and just an exchange of sorts going between.
Any of them have keys?
Just the guy arguing right now. Neither
Okay.
of the 2 others have any sort of keys.
Okay.
Visible, at least.
I will return to the hole and fish a rope down, and probably, there should be another set of bars near the hole that I can tie it to, right? Or no?
You could just tie it to one of the cell bars, yeah.
Yep, perfect. Okay.
Because there are cells around you, but not in use.
Okay, watch out below. Here comes the rope.
Rope it is.
And up we go, I guess.
Up we go.
Up below.
Go ahead and roll me stealth checks as you are climbing up the rope, I guess. Mostly for those wearing heavy armor, because clanging and banging as you go up is going to be an interesting effect.
I got no
Remember,
armor.
everyone
good
gets
in heavy
plus 10.
armor.
Wow, that's not
Everyone
too
gets
bad.
plus
The
10.
sewer with us, right? Following
Yeah.
behind.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I think she could probably stay down here.
Shinari would not be able to follow this route.
Yes.
So she will sit there and just look up and kind of watch.
God damn it, left behind again.
Now that's a fucking stealth roll.
Now, yeah, that's a stealth roll.
36. 29.
I just disappeared into the Feywild like I did before.
Welcome
Claymore gets
to
another flower.
welcome to an evening with Pass Without Trace, where you
Yep.
can't find any of the party.
It's 28. It's 28 because no heavy armor.
It's the good old Order of the Stick comic or whatever. Fail a perception check. What? Alright.
Yeah, mine's
As
28.
you
no
all
heavy
reach
armor
the
on me.
top, Seabreeze says, 3 guards. 1 has keys. The dwarves are quite loud. This should not be difficult.
Yeah, you can hear them echoing, and it's even hard to hear Seabreeze as you can hear Carjet and the rest of them arguing over. But it's
Wait,
dwarven music and it's cultural.
Wait, are we killing them?
No, I don't think we need to kill them.
I mean, they're waiting for me. Do I just walk in?
Well, that might be an interesting diversion if you let them see you and then ran back here and we could, knock them out.
Why do we want to fight these guys? It seems like a really bad idea.
We ain't got any clue which side they're on.
Why don't we just ask them?
Well,
I mean, that was my plan.
any alerting might trigger
absent
a more
thoughts.
general alarm. So
Absent
that would
thoughts.
be good.
What if we threw our noble weight around? You're good at
That's-
acting, aren't you?
But
That's a
why
50-50 chance.
why are 2 nobles coming out of the deeper part of the jail?
We could test their allegiance.
Not these guards are likely not as dumb as Grog.
Wait,
He's a special case. I think these ones might be sober.
Somewhere against the lonely wall, Grog sneezes.
I mean,
why don't we just ask?
It would be very easy to ambush them and just knock them out and get the dwarves and leave. I think we
Alright,
could
well-
pull that off. We I can certainly drop down from the ceiling. They probably won't see me. Evian's very stealthy. As a matter of fact, did she come up here? I'm not sure where she is.
Wait, hold on.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, jeez. Scared me. Thank you.
I didn't look like a dwarf. Did that back in Morak.
I don't think we need another dwarf.
All right, Thamor, let's just knock them out.
Oh, jeez.
I
Okay.
have Misty Step. I can prepare Misty Step in order to go behind one of these guys and be
Andros will,
ready.
yeah, Andros will be like, right, you're knocking them out? Fine. I'll go be the distraction.
Okay, I'll just wait for me to get in position. She goes back and starts walking up the wall onto the ceiling and creeps
That
around the
is
corner
a
again.
very interesting trick.
And he prestidigitates his clothing. Clean-ish, not perfect. He just gets most of the grime off of it. And he is going to... is there like a... So we're coming in from like a back door, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I mean, you're coming in from the bottommost part of the prison where there is no entrance or exit, and you're going up to the upper level where you were incarcerated before.
Right. Am I able to like see the door where I would enter this area? Like
Yes,
properly.
Yeah, it's like because if you go trying to draw a quick map, 'cause I didn't expect it to turn into a potential encounter, but so you guys entered through a grate in the floor. Let's not use a circle. A square. Just enter through a grate in the floor. So this is the lower level you're on. You enter through a grate on the floor. There's a stairwell, say to the left of you guys, that goes up a floor. When you go up that stairwell, you'll see an identical looking hallway going down. And to the right, that right-hand entrance, there's another door that would take you out to that outer chamber that you were, like, when you were brought into the jail cell, where you did Spooky Rat and caused guards to fight each other. And beyond that is that further hallway that led to the processing, like, main area to the prison facility.
Okay.
There are also further upper levels up the stairs to other levels of this prison.
All right. Well, Andros will clean himself off, walk to the point of the stairs where he can see the door that he would enter the room normally in, and he will Misty Step right in front of it, and then as he appears, he just wrenches the handle and makes a clang and steps forward. Right, which one of you is Lieutenant Sergeant fucking Gaylord?
You hear, like, them jump at the noise, and even Cardiff kind of jumps and he hears, "Out! Address yourself to the media, God!"
I
And they come up-
just did. Which one of you is holding my men?
I am Sergeant Commander Gale. Actually,
Yes.
sir, how did you
Sergeant-
get past the front desk without them notifying me?
I would like
They
to
were
get over his
asleep.
head. If I could please get over that guy's head.
It's night time. He was asleep. Sorry. I just let myself in because I really want my crew back.
I will have a stern talking with him, but you should follow
Good.
proper protocols and announce yourself to the front
You
desk
know
with
what?
proper paperwork so that we can get this sorted and under.
Ah, you are right stick in the mud, aren't you? Do you
God,
mind? I can
please detain this one
if
and
I
we question
can,
him further.
if I can, do you mind if I pull the stick out your ass? It's really grating. Oh, hello, piss bucket. By the way, hi.
Can I drop
Waving
down and
to-
hit the guy?
None of the other two guards are
Ah,
Oh,
unfortunately
man.
reminiscent of you.
No.
They are wearing this
No.
loosely odd garb that was not the same like outfit you saw before.
that's fine.
You're going to go ahead and roll me an attack roll against him, I guess. There's two other guards posted as well in here.
Is it dark in here?
I mean, it's lit with torches. So it's,
Oh my god, I'm gonna do so much here. Okay. So this might take a second. You might want to see where other people are going and all that shit. I gotta roll.
okay,
Yeah,
well,
so
like I said,
where-
there's the one guy you're talking to in front of a cage, and then there's two others posted, like near the, probably closer to where the doors are.
What are you doing?
No, I'm
Grant?
just getting the right dice out of the cup. That wasn't the
He's
roll.
apparently turning this man into paste.
I'm playing
Give me a
rogue.
second, jeez.
Okay, there's a sneak.
This is non-lethal damage, and he is a paste. He is a non-sentient life form after this.
Guys, I lost my D20. I don't know where it went. Oh, man.
You lost it in all the d6s you're about to roll.
I did. I don't know where the fuck it went. Shit. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Okay. So that is 21.
That hits him.
Okay. And then I do one of these. And yep. Okay.
Oh my god.
Shitty. That was shitty. Not great. So that's a 6 plus. That's 11, 14, 20, 23.
Non-lethal?
Non-lethally.
just making sure he don't explode him.
Non-lethally. Is he down?
You drop down while he's in mid-sentence, and he's just like saying, "Guards, arrest us!" Thunk. And he just crumples to the floor.
Oh, good. So I can attack another one with my bonus action, right?
As you knock him
I'm
out,
joking.
Andros is going to twin suggestion spell on the two guards that are standing there.
That's better.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So he will twin suggestion spell. Do either of them save?
Okay, what's the saving on it?
DC 16.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wise. 16 for one of
Oh, my
them,
goodness.
14 for the other. So one saves, one does not.
Well, he just says, "Look, we don't want to hurt you. I just want my crew, and I'm really, really getting sick of all the bureaucracy. Please, just be a dear, and no one else has to find themselves on the floor."
One guard looks at you confused. The other gets on all fours, stares at you with a blank expression, and starts to mimic eating grass.
What?
What?
You
I know,
said deer.
Yeah, dear.
That was the course of activity we just suggested. That was the
These
only
guards-
course of activity.
Maybe they are dumb.
I've got to work on the magic part of that.
I
Anyway,
look at Thamor. Look
The other
down
one
at
looks-
the guard that's still standing. Allegedly. Do we need to intervene?
I take the keys and start.
He
moving
looks at
towards
both,
the
like all of you
body.
guys, kind of horrifying. Like just one companion has apparently lost his mind. The other just got knocked the fuck out. More people show up, and he just goes,
we don't want
"I
to
don't want
hurt
any
you.
trouble. Is it okay if I just walk away?"
Yep.
I mean, you can just say they both fell asleep at their post. Maybe you can get a promotion.
That's fine with me. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go walk. Which way are you guys going? I'm gonna walk the other way.
Why don't you?
I mean-
Why don't you just lie down on your face, and we'll be gone in about 3 minutes. Then you can get back up and do whatever the fuck you want.
Promise you won't hurt me?
Promise.
He like lays down real slowly and just kind of
Insight
lays
check.
down.
Keys.
Okay. Yep, they're on this person.
May I roll an insight check?
Sure. I
He
mean, the dude
is-
is visibly terrified. Like, like I said, even with that insight as well, you're kind of like, their garb is really, it doesn't look very professional. This doesn't look like what you would expect from like a formalized military or guard.
Yeah, in that case, I would like to interrogate the man. What
Okay,
in the
he's
3 minutes?
currently lying on his face on the floor.
Come up next to him, wrap the pommel of my halberd on the floor.
He said he wouldn't hurt me.
I didn't. Of course not. What's your name?
Wilfred?
All right, Wilfred. Are you a conscript or part of the guard?
I'm just part of the People's Court's guard that they put together. I am just here. Today is my shift. I want nothing to do with this.
What has House Levia done recently?
That's you, you're more specific. Like, what do you mean? What are they're doing everything for that side of the group? Like,
Are they in active conflict with the enemy, or are they actually fighting?
hold
That
up.
is redundant. Let me rephrase that.
Well, while you do that, let me go let the dogs out.
Fudge.
Hold up.
Okay.
Nice. Yep.
There's
should
no
probably
reason
ransack
this
it.
should have worked.
Yeah, get their stuff. I mean,
Makes sense.
someday
can
I
make it-
will. Someday I will cast a spell in a social situation, and it will actually work. I'm so tired. It's like, hey, I'm gonna. No. They all make super saves because, of course, they do.
And the other one is be a deer.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Just
That
at
was
least make.
great.
That was great. Yeah, that worked.
Of all a selective hearing of the spell. Thanks, Plink.
I'm okay with it. He's out of the picture.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a deer for the next 8 hours.
Poor guy.
And what was the other guy's name? Philip?
Wilfred.
Wilfred?
Gaylord.
If you want to, Zidan, try and recruit that guy because fucking Krog really needs some help. You can't do much worse. How would you like a different job? One where you're smarter than the people you work with. Yeah, I really got to start to organize my D6s here. This is going to be challenging. I have way more than I need, but
Or not enough.
Well,
you want to play Shadowrun?
So, Trans. So Zidane probably wouldn't think of that, but would Seabreeze? Like, oh, is perfectly fine with.
Recruiting people?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Seabreeze was this is in game, so you can ask her, but she's not much of a people person. She's a pretty lonery.
Ah, yes, a 6 charisma.
10, but who's counting?
Okay. Parting gift. You just conjure animals of swarms of snakes. Welcome back.
And we're back.
All right.
So, what I meant to ask Mr. Wilfred was, is House Levia in active conflict with the enemy, or are they talking?
Still discussions. There's no active conflict at the moment. That's why we're here.
Who represents them? The enemy.
What do you mean?
You said that they're talking with House Levia. Who are they talking to? Undead are not usually known for their intelligence. Not the regular
Not undead
kind,
that I
at least.
know of, but just peoples. Maybe a bit on the crazy end if you ask me, but they They seem to think Faust is gonna be their new salvation.
They have crescent moons on their hands.
I don't know. I don't look at their hands.
Are their hands shiny at all?
How? How?
Oh, let me
Like
guess.
what?
You haven't been put on the front line yet.
I'm just a. I don't know what more
Be
you want from
careful
me. I'm
about that
just.
promotion. They might decide to think you are. Well,
Oi, Zidane, go easy on the lad.
What promotion? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Look, we're just here to get my crew and to help out a little. If you ain't with Faust, great.
He could have
Probably
just come
keep.
through the front door then. I'm not sure what all this was for.
We ain't sure who's with who. We figured we'd play it safe.
Didn't
Now we
you
know.
talk to the. Didn't you talk to the captain at the gate?
Again, we don't know who's with who. We're the good guys. We're just here getting some friends. I promise.
If you say I don't need any part of it. I'm just. It's just happened to be my shift today, and I really don't care too much.
Keeping safe is most important to you then. I'd advise finding a way to keep staying on this shift.
I'm planning to do. As long as you guys don't make a fuss of it or anything, I'm just gonna say that Captain, I was knocked out with the rest of them.
Probably wise.
you might need a bruise. Just saying.
I think I'll be fine. No need
He'll
to
be
hurt me.
fine. Put down the weapon, doggy. Right, I think we got everybody. Kaji, you good?
Aye, lad. You did a number on him. I think
What?
that, yeah, what'd you call him? Captain Gaylord.
Oh, my sergeant, just to piss him off. It's fun. It really gets under their skin.
Oh, Sergeant Gaylord. I'll remember that one. But,
Anyway, we don't plan on seeing him anytime soon.
did you get the ship free?
That's gonna have to be another time. We got other issues. We're gonna need your help dealing with what we got. I'm sure we can get you linked up with whatever power base we can find. I mean,
What does Sergeant Gaylord have on his body?
Loot goblin.
He's got
in
a.
this moment, skivvies.
He's got. Let's see. Yeah. 10 GP, a simple rapier, and some very shoddy armor.
Okay, I'm taking the rapier and the gold. Anybody want to grab his
Andros
armor?
will just. Andros will just give. Andros will just see Breeze like a withering, like, come on. We literally just told him we're the good guys.
Spoils to the to the victor goes the spoils.
Well, if you look at it a different way, we've been the good guys, and Seabreeze is on trial. Would that be accurate? Zidane
Yeah.
shrugs and is climbing up wherever, or towards wherever.
Right. Well. Yeah.
He hands the
Captain
rapier to whichever one of the crew will take it.
Okay. One of the dwarves.
Yep.
Takes it, but he kind of just looks over it and shrugs.
She returns the shrug.
Right, Wilfred. Sorry to scare you. You may need to give him some, I don't know, an ice pack or a piece of meat or something. He's gonna have a bruise. Other than that, we're out. Bye.
And
Bye.
away.
Is there
You
just like
guys-
a cartoonish bump that's like just erupting out of the sergeant's
The
head?
helmet. The actual helmet. Just
The actual helmet is
the
just
helmet is
considering
fake.
we've
ballooning
considering
up
you
with all that damage.
I mean, considering you've just basically turned this guy into Captain Gaylord and made a mockery of his entire existence, then yes, sure. You
I'm
have
just gonna
shamed him,
hell
robbed
so.
him, and yeah.
Pull his pants
You
down.
guys.
No, I'm not doing that.
What?
No,
All
no.
right, alignment
Out of
shift is at
Out
hand.
of character.
Alignment shift
You're
40.
right, that is out of character.
Come to the chaos with us. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Andros
not
will-
evil,
Said that
it's
was
just
awful.
unpredictable.
I never said that was a lawful. Anyways,
Andros will be the last one out after the whole group, and as he goes down the stairs, he turns around and does the whole, "He didn't see nothing."
He just agrees as his head's still laying face down.
And will disappear back into the sewers.
Okay.
is Shinari still there?
She is. She's just looking up, head in her paws, looking up, waiting for you.
Futurama dog.
Yep.
Oh no, no,
Sorry.
no! Now I'm sad.
Well, she was doing that pose too when you left her in Dewsbury.
Before teleporting into the bird claws, yeah.
I think we will pick up from there since I didn't realize it went already 1 in the morning.
Good idea.
Great session.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Same time
expecting a
tomorrow.
prison break, but
Guys,
Again,
we got a
Again.
lot. We got a lot done today.
we
Like,
did.
we-
We
like-
did.
We could have just gone to the front gate and asked for it, and I should probably been released too. But instead, though,
Do you know who you're playing with?
yeah.
None of us will choose a straightforward answer.
I also
Thamor could have said something.
I am also surprised
that's-
Spooky Rat didn't make a reappearance in that scenario when you were trying to figure out what to do with the guards.
I was saying while you were gone that I actually had an idea for it, but it didn't take into account getting the keys, which was the entire point. So Spooky Rat 2.0 will have to wait, unfortunately. But I'll just keep that idea locked away for later.
All the lieutenant or sergeant or whatever knows is that the captain came to get his crew. He tried to get arrested, and then when he woke up, everything was gone.
Including his gold and his rapier.
And his colleague is just sitting there saying, I don't remember anything. I
The
think he
other one
dozed
is
off."
acting like he's eating grass.
I mean, the part of the suggestion was to give him an activity, and the only activity was be a deer. That's literally the only.
Oh,
I'm
it was
good
so
with it.
good. It was so good.
I gotta get better at my suggestion wording.
On that
I
note,
get to be-
No,
am
I
going
thought that
to
worked really well.
flip the
Even if it was
recording.
unintentional.
Plant. Why am I a plant?
I
Well,
love that
of
you're
all
a
the
plant.
things.